The following is a presentation of Bakersfield College Athletics.
Good Saturday afternoon to all you Renegades football fans, joining you live on the corner of Panorama and Mount Vernon here in Bakersfield, California. The Renegades are back in town. The second home game of the season, taking on Antelope Valley College. Rob Chavez, I am joining you high atop Memorial Stadium on the Dameron deck, alongside my partner and our resident Bakersfield College Hall of Famer, Ken Calvin. Kenny, how's the Saturday been so far?
Beautiful Saturday. I spent the early morning at Centennial High School with Golden Empire Youth Football, supporting the young guys. Amazing play out there by the young guys. I love commentating and announcing for some of those games. We've been excited to get back home. We had an amazing trip last week, put up on a lot of points against a wounded team, but hey, we always say every game is a test. You can't take anyone lightly. You got to beat who you're supposed to beat. So I'm just glad to be back home, and it's Educators Night, and I salute you, my brother, as an educator. I'm working in this current high school district realm right now, but I salute all of my teachers and educators that are putting in the hard work. It's going to be an amazing night.
That's right. Educators Night here, so we're hoping to hear and see a lot of our students, our staff members, again, all staff members, in my book, are educators. Yeah, so anybody with an idea, if you guys are still wanting to do something tonight and you are still out there, come on over to Memorial Stadium. We're going to see a fantastic matchup between the Renegades and Antelope Valley College. Again, Renegades come into tonight's game with a 2-1 record. A couple of away games that they've taken from Long Beach, San Bernardino, like you were just talking about. Dropped a heartbreaker to Golden West, but nonetheless, Renegades are coming in tonight ranked 13th in the state.
Offensively, we've seen some things out of both quarterbacks that make you say, hey, these guys need some work, but we've also seen some things that say, hey, man, these guys can lead us somewhere with some of the big plays down the field by Igoa with his arm and Statler and his ability to play hot or cold off the bench. Definitely something that's non-traditional, but when you're trying to find your way with a young football team and young quarterback, sometimes it takes some time. We're at the fourth game of the season. It's definitely a period when we want to find a guy that believes in himself, and seeing Igoa have that success that he had last week was impressive. But I definitely want to highlight how beautiful the defense was last week, and Will Cannibal and the option interception to the house that Gio from Spell Go Media shared this week.
Right.
Seeing those kind of plays, it intensifies your efforts defensively, and it makes it contagious. Guys want to make plays like that now that are next to you, so I want to see how that translates to the next week.
Yeah, and I was just looking over all the numbers before we got here to the stadium. And, again, we always like to highlight at the beginning of the season all the different players that went on to the next level, that Coach Littlejohn and his staff got prepared to be able to get to a Division I program. Logan Bowers was as big of a gaping hole in his defense as you could find. And, last year at this time, Logan Bowers did everything against Antelope Valley College, including blocking a two-point conversion and taking it 90 yards all the way back for a two-point conversion. And it ended up turning out to be the difference in the game as the Renegades beat Antelope Valley by 2 points. They were expected to win that game by a couple of touchdowns. Came away out of the desert with a win, and that's kind of what propelled them throughout the rest of the season to be able to play those three phases of football. But getting back to the hole that Logan Bowers left, it's been easily filled up by two gentlemen, Aaron Martinez and Will Cannibal, who we were just talking about.
Yeah, 11 and 12. I'm going to call them 11-12 from now on, because they've just had some amazing output. I want to say they're both averaging upward of 8 tackles a game. To see two guys play that consistently in the middle of the field, in the middle of the defense, it stabilizes everything. Last week we had Jaden Hollis out. We're kind of worried because San Bernardino has some receivers that can fly. When you got linebackers making plays like that in the front seven, it takes the pressure off of guys like us. And that's, going back to one of the things I always tell you when you bring up Cal going to the Hall of Fame. Man, I played with some amazing linebackers and defensive tackles and defensive ends that made me special because I barely had to do anything. And then when they finally pass, I get the interception. But these guys are making plays 3 downs a drive, 3 downs a sequence to make defenses what they are. That's a great thing to have in 11-12.
Yeah, and then coming in tonight, the Renegades have 7 interceptions in 3 games. That's a big highlight, too, by Stevenson. But getting back to how this defense has been able to do it. 3 sacks for Logan Goodspeed, who, by all accounts, from every coach that I've talked to, is a Division I talent that has stayed here in Bakersfield to be able to hone that talent and be able to get on to the next level. They're hoping to have him for another season next year, but wouldn't be surprised if he's playing on big games on Saturdays someplace else in a Division I program. But on top of that, you've got Tyler Lewis, Julian Smith, both coming in from that second level on those safety positions and being able to make some impact plays as well. May not necessarily show up in the stat sheet, but by them being able to be on top and taking away the best receivers that the other teams have after those corners, like you said, with having Jaden Hollis out, it just makes a complete defense.
Absolutely, because when you're putting pressure with your front 7, DBs have huge opportunities because quarterbacks don't have time to make decisions. And now the ball's just in the air, it's being thrown all over the place, and that's how we generate those defensive scores. So I'm excited for the defense. Just as excited as I've been for the offense. It's going to be great to see what Makai Don't Call Me Pfeiffer Smith, because I ain't acting. He made up the first part, I made up the second. To see how well he can play with a guy like Richmond out, based on him getting more attention. Some of the young guys get to step up and tap the pointer. So definitely a well-balanced offense. See how easy it is for us to throw out the 5 or 6 names of people who can make a difference with a team. And when you got that happening, that's a recipe for some great football for Coach Littlejohn and the rest of the staff.
Yeah, and then talking with our offensive coordinator, Seth Dameron, he was asking me last night about what I thought so far of the offense and the fact that they've had quite a few reps for 2 quarterbacks in Igoa and Statler and what that looks like. And my comment was because of the fact that they've got 4 running backs, a couple of tight ends, and about 3 receivers that are solid, run solid routes, and are able to give both of those quarterbacks some time. It's been something that has worked so far. Because typically, the saying goes, you have 2 quarterbacks, you have none. But we actually have 2 quarterbacks, and Igoa leading the way, being able to set the tone, has been able to get this offense really going.
Yeah, and it's great for him because, Statler got a lot of opportunities early in the season. And he's a guy that's been around longer than him. So to see him man up and just continue to be ready when his number is called is a beautiful thing for the former coach and me as we head to our next break.
So just want to remind you before we hit our break, we are sponsored today by Valley Strong Credit Union, Carpet Outlet Plus, Barbage, Hoover, King, Hill, and Hoffman for all of your accounting needs, Cal State Bakersfield, Les Schwab Tire, Pepsi, Sully, Executive Express Service who provide the transportation, shuttle transportation for our Renegades to all the away games, Hocking, Denton, Croonquist for all your tax preparation needs, and of course, Luigi. Shout out to Gino and the crew. Yesterday had the chance to get by and have lunch over there, had to try Tim Sandwich. It was fantastic. We're going to take a quick time out here, come back for another part of our pregame show right after this here on Kern News Talk, AM 1180, 96.1, and live streaming, GoGage.com. And welcome back, Renegades football fans, to our pregame coverage. Bakersfield College Renegades football as we back here in Bakersfield Memorial Stadium, standing on top of the Dameron deck. Rob Chavez and Kenny Calvin as they are set to take on Antelope Valley. And speaking of Antelope Valley, they are coming in tonight. A hungry team looking for their first win of the season at 0-3, but they have got a balanced offense. Just talking about the fact that they've got 2
quarterbacks, and they played this very well offensively last year. Right now, it looks like they have one guy in DeMario Jackson who appears to be the guy for them. He's going to be number 7, their offense. But again, Antelope Valley is a team that's a East LA team. They're in the desert, but all their kids come from East LA as we go to the national anthem.
What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly strewn, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was beautiful.
We're going to give it up to Alyssa.
Once again, let's give it up for Alyssa Lopez.
She is a graduate of East Bakersfield High School, and as I see down there, a former baseball player of mine, former football player as well over at East Bakersfield High. Her fiance, Matt Moore, who's down there with her brand new, beautiful baby down there. And I asked before the season when they were asking me if Alyssa was going to be able to sing the national anthem. I said, well, you can always check. She is a new mom, and sure enough, she's out there. And she's doing us proud out here. So again, Antelope Valley coming in again 0-3, and one of the things that the coaching staff all talked about was the fact that this is a team that is hungry, and last year could have turned into a trap game for them.
Yeah, and that's exactly the point I was making with their personnel. They always have players who can take it the distance and make offense look easy. So you don't want to go into games like this looking at records. I hate to always reference records before contests, because truly nothing matters except getting the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining
Right
us for this
now,
evening's ceremonial coin toss
you have an
Brian
opportunity
Zedek.
to continue that
Brian was a
momentum
finalist for the Curtin
that
High
we
School
had
District
last week
Teacher of
with a
the Year in
65-point win on the
2023.
Wounded Duck.
David
Hey,
has taught at Stockdale High
I
School
like
for
Duck
19
too.
years
Line
and is
them
the
up.
department chair of
Whatever
career
Wounded
technical
Duck is
education.
coming, you got to
He
continue to
teaches a variety of
execute
courses,
and finish them
including
off
AP Microeconomics,
before you end up
CP
flying.
Economics, Algebra 1, and
Right.
Virtual Enterprise.
And again, what we're seeing
Dennis
here
also helps
at
staff with technology issues,
midfield is
discipline,
our
and truancy,
coin toss.
and supervises testing. He believes in
Current
personalizing
county
content so that
teacher
students
of
can
the
apply
Stockdale
it to their
High School.
lives.
Again, it is Educators Night. A fellow educator of mine down there, like I said, Kenny, is now part of that fraternity as well of educators over at Bakersfield High School. So this is actually really cool. Again, wanted to remind us of a few of the injuries that we have for Bakersfield College. Once again, Miles Poole out for the season with a torn ACL. Xander Polito, Jalen Richmond, and Jerry Dandridge all out this week. They won't be playing, but they should be back for next week's game. So as we finish the coin toss here, we're going to take one more time out before we get to the kickoff right here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and GoGage.com.
Won the choice. They have a further choice for the second half. They will kick from the clock. Gentlemen, shake hands. Good luck.
We are back here at Memorial Stadium for the kickoff of tonight's matchup between Bakersfield College, Antelope Valley College, Rob Chavez, and Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin, high up on top of the Dammer Neck Bar. Julian, Jesse,
Fans, get on your feet.
third version of Rob Chavez right behind me. We're going to get set to kick off. Jack Smith going to be booting it from the 35 as they defer to the second half, much like they've done over the last few years with Coach Hartodd's Littlejohn when they win the coin toss. So here we go. Jack Smith gets his kick away. It's going to roll, and it's going to bounce.
Oh, that hit him. That hit
It
him.
definitely did hit him, and he's going to go down. And this is a another underestimated part of this Bakersfield College team this year is the special teams and the coverage that we've had so far. As that ball's going to be spotted at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, you got Cameron G. He's a sophomore out of Killeen High School in Killeen, Texas. Definitely got to be happy that he was able to get on that, because that would have been a devastating turnover for the Marauder. Nonetheless, 1st and 10.
That was number 5, your man, Danny Johnson. We're already going to get a Danny Johnson and a shaved ice reference here.
Man, Shiver and Shave Ice Max already. Right away. All right, so trips open set for the Marauders. Renegade Rob. Renegade reporters.
Looks to be quarterback Charmin Rester. Handing it off to Ty Neal, number 10, and that goes absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, great job.
And a name that we didn't hear last week, you know, because he got out of the game pretty quickly. But your man, Josh, making plays.
Yeah, I mean, keep making the difference maker. Of course. Right away, we got 2nd and 12.
Another one of those guys that the coaching staff has talked about with D1 talent that's right here.
Number 10, Ty Neal.
Playing fantastic junior college football, 2nd and 12 from the 10-yard line. Just getting started here. A little over 14 minutes to play as Rester rolls out of the pocket. He's going to be chased out of bounds. Forced out by number 7, Julian Smith.
Keeper number 11.
Great pursuit.
Charmin Rester.
Coverage on the backside by that secondary. But as you see, quarterback's one that can get outside the pocket and try to make a difference, so you want to keep him contained as well.
So Rester gets back to the original line of scrimmage, setting up 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line.
So it's open set for Rester.
Rester would kneel to his right, drops back out of the shotgun. He lets go of a pass. It's deep, and it is incomplete.
Great coverage on the play.
Pass intended for number 18, Javon Walker.
Javon Walker.
Defended by number 21, D'Antonio Hackworth. 4th down.
Most consistent cover man over the past season and the quarter. Great to see a 3 and out, because that's that momentum that we talked about defensively.
On number 24, Jeffrey Kavanaugh.
Guys off the field right away.
Back for the Renegades, number 1, Makai Smith.
And you know, home by 8:30 again.
I go back to what you've talked about before, is that sometimes when you don't hear the cornerbacks' names, that's not a bad thing.
Absolutely. I would go whole games. I won't hear my name all night. That was a good thing.
So now we got number 1, Makai Smith, taking it at the 50-yard line. Makai weaves over and gets about 10 yards to the 40-yard
Smith
line.
on the return.
And that was a very
by number 21.
by Makai, because a lot of times you see guys break back to the wide side of the field. And then
Renegades will have the ball at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Let's get 10. It's all positive.
Fans, be sure to stay connected with Renegade Athletics on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Guys
Search
catch
Go
punts
Go to
and
find
just get
us.
north and south. Get up in your sideline. You're not Devin Hester. Yeah.
Not yet. No, Makai is on his way. He keeps getting better and better with every game. This ball spotted at the 39-yard line. Great field positioning for the Renegades. Much of what they got all of last week, including the first time I think I've ever seen a punt into a 1st and goal situation. So we got Jalen Hankins up the middle, and he's going to gash for about 8 yards up to the 32-yard line. Call it 7 yards.
Number 29, Jalen Hankins.
Joystick Jalen using the truck stick
Number
right
2.
away, no wiggling right there. Just hitting the hole and getting north and south. Great job by the guys up front.
Also on the tackle, number 27, Nathan Shivik.
Very happy. 2nd and 4.
And we haven't called out Coach Richie Castro in a little while. His offensive line has been paying dividends so far over the last year and a quarter, like you were saying.
Shotgun spread set for our goal.
It's Tolbert in motion. He sets a great block. Good cutback by Makai Smith, who's going to get forward to about the 28-yard line, or a 1st down for the Renegades.
Quick one-step rocket screen.
On the stop,
rocket.
number 9,
No drop.
Isaiah Barillo.
Fling it one step. Great job by the young man Tolbert getting up the field. Baby jelly roll.
First and 10 Renegades at the 28-yard line.
Trips right. Now we got twins right.
It's Tolbert once again in motion, setting up in that H-back set. Goes from left to right. Igoa fakes the handoff to Hankins, rolls to his right, looks up, and he's got a man wide open, and that's going to go in for an uncontested touchdown, Renegades.
Boom! Amazing job with the play action. You bring that motion, and you're watching that H-back, trying to see if he's going to lead up. And that backside safety just blows the coverage. Amazing read by Igoa. Touchdown, Renegade.
Jacoby Pointer Caldwell getting into some action here.
I mean, Jacoby Pointer is averaging 10 yards a carry. And I want to say he has a few touchdown receptions as well. I got to get to those numbers.
Now we get Carlos via extra point, making it 7-0 Renegades with 12:02 remaining in the first quarter. We're going to take a timeout as the Renegades take an early first quarter lead right here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, and live streaming on GoGage.com. And here we are here at Memorial Stadium where the Renegades have taken a 7-0 early lead here in this game against Antelope Valley. Rob Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin as Jack Smith kicks off from the 35-yard line. And this ball is going to sail into the end zone. It's got to be about touchback number 10 for Jack Smith so far this year.
You took the words right out of my mouth, partner, because he's one of the reasons why we played defensively so well. It's very easy to play defense when you're just playing it.
Fans bank with Valley Strong Credit Union and find out how we can grow your possibilities.
Great return game. So, Jack Smith, wow, very impressive.
Again, this kicking game did have a couple of hiccups in that first game against Golden West, and since then, it's been pretty solid for Coach Matt Alvarez.
All right, first and 10 Marauders again. We did a great job in coverage last drive to minimize everything. Got to continue to get some pressure inside as well. That defensive line playing big already, first and 10. Now some confusion.
Whistle before the snap, and there's going to be a timeout for Antelope Valley. It's going to give us a little bit of time to talk about that event that we've got coming up that you're going to be a big part of here, partner.
Man.
October 16th. What's going on?
You know, it's going to be a tearjerker for sure. We always joke about the over or under of when I'm going to cry. It's about 5 seconds into the speech. You know, I promised the legendary Hall of Famer George Culver that I would keep my speech under 20 minutes. He said, make sure I keep it under 30. But, you know, so many people to thank. And every time I think about myself being celebrated, I think about how great it is to share the night with some of the people I looked up to in the 76 Renegade football team. I mean, that's the best year of all. I mean, being that I'm a 1976 baby. See how special the Renegades was for that long? We'll get to the meat of the presentation a little later.
You know there's going to be some 1981 and 88 guys that are going to argue with that. So we've got number 10, Neal, out of the backfield. A big hit. Julian Smith comes and cleans up
number 10, Ty Neal.
After a 7-yard carry. Cannibaloff had him wrapped up, and Julian Smith decided to lower the boom and finish up that tackle.
I mean, every week we're finding a different guy that's showing you how beautiful this defense is playing right now. He just came down the line and smacked the snot out of him. 2nd and 4 for the Marauders. Trips open with a pistol formation.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. 11:25 remaining in the first quarter. Ball spotted at 32. It's again 2nd and 3. Hand it off to Neal. Neal's going to pick up the first down of the evening.
Carry number 10, Ty Neal.
Yeah, and they're trying to simplify.
Tackled by number 96, Grayson Rogers.
Off guard with some pass plays, and they're not able to protect. So the best thing to do is try to run the football straight out of the defense.
At their own 37-yard line.
You got to blow up defensively if you're the Renegades. 1st and 10.
Every time I see this mascot, the Marauders, I think old school Jack Frost football.
Classic time Jack Frost football era. Shout out to my Concord Oilers.
Got a motion man for the Marauders. Gives the ball to Ty Neal, and Neal is going absolutely nowhere. Logan
Carry number 10, Ty Neal. Tackled by number 98, Logan Goodsby.
Time college football Saturday excited future
I'm
that this
making
kid has.
songs 'cause we
I mean, it
staying
wouldn't be
alive.
any different than anything
No
else that's
big
happened over the last
Blake Pop.
20 years of renegade
Shoot a
football.
shot.
If you think about guys like
I'm coming in.
Cowboys, my guy Big Garrison ended up playing at UNLV or no San Diego State.
Lots of 4 yards on the play. Second down and 14 at the 33-yard line.
4-yard loss right there for Logan Goodspeed. Goodspeed came into tonight with 3 tackles for a loss. That'll be his 4th of the game. We got number 7 for the Marauders. That is Demario Jackson, the guy
Number 7, Demario Jackson, ball carrier.
before the game, as really
On
the
the
big
stop, number 9, Tyler Lewis.
Yeah, I mean, and you see they try to give it to him any way they can. Right there to go jet sweep.
Gain of 2
Try
on
to
the
give it
play.
to him
3rd down and 12
and
at the
he gets
35-yard
2 hard
line.
yards. And like I said, he's their bread and butter go-to guy. If we can bottle him up, it's going to be early night. I might catch E40 at the fair tonight.
That's right.
Trips open.
Out of the shotgun.
He gets
Rester
it
has a
open.
lot of space. And this is what we seen from Rester a lot last year out in Lancaster, is that he had an opportunity. As soon as he seen a hole, he was able to get up the middle and be able to take advantage of whatever this Bakersfield College defense was giving him as he picks up a first down at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, very intelligent player. Through this sequence of offense, they don't look like an 0-3 team, right? Because they actually do have guys that are capable. It's just how can they be consistent with their capabilities is the issue. Shotgun double set, pistol formation.
Marauders on their 47. Ball's handed off to Neal, and Neal is going once again nowhere as he runs right into number 9, Tyler Lewis.
Oh my goodness, Tyler Lewis is having a fantastic season as well. I'm always impressed by guys. Again, this is early in the first quarter, and we're naming off about 7 guys who always make plays. That's how you end up in championships. When you got multiple guys that can make plays. I'm loving the overall defensive effort. 2nd and 11. We continue to put them behind the sticks, Renegade Rob. If we can do that, we can find a way to get off the field again.
Motion man is Jackson.
Oh,
Ball's
oh!
loose, and it looks like Rester was able to pick it up as Heron Martinez was not taking that
On
play
the play,
off.
recovered by number 11,
Right through Ty
Sean
Neal.
Lester.
And there go 11 of the 12 that we were talking about. I mean, that's the first play that we've seen him make an impact, and it's a play where
3rd down
it's
and
just a ball
14
on the ground. But if he's standing
at the
around the
43-yard
you better
line.
watch out. 11 coming.
11-12 is where our players dwell. We got 7.5 remaining in the first quarter, setting up a 3rd and 14 from the Marauders' 43-yard line. Rester once again out of the shotgun. Press coverage from these corners. Rester lets one fly, and this is going to be completed to number 0, Omar Lopez. Here's some whistles down there, and we're trying to see if there's any flags, and there seems to be no flags. Just as I was saying, they went into press coverage. Rester seen that, had an opportunity to get Lopez down the field, and he made that catch over Hackworth.
And what have we said? They have guys who can make plays and make a difference. All they need is time. Right there, Hackworth was just beat off the line. Closed his right shoulder as he's trying to punch with that outside shoulder. You have to leave that gate open. We call that leaving the gate open. Because if you punch with the wrong hand, you're exposing yourself. 1st and 10.
Set the play clock. 25 seconds.
So Rester hands the ball off to Neal, right up the middle. Neal gashes inside the 5-yard line, runs into a host of Renegades. Was finished off by Danny Johnson.
The problem I have right there, Renegade Rob, is the official was talking, asking for a clock reset, and they snapped the ball. They allowed a snap of a ball that catches the defense off guard.
9-yard carry, 2nd and 1. Give right up the middle to Neal. Neal's going to pick up enough for a first down, setting up the 1st and goal from the 2-yard line.
Now we got a late
Man,
flag.
now we got a flag.
Let's see who that's going to go on. It's a lot of extracurricular stuff happening on both sides. Very crucial right here. And that's the white hat. Let's get a zoom in.
Find the white hat.
Last
After
tackle was
play,
made by Brian Holly.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 28.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, So it's going to be half the distance to the goal, give them about a yard and a half.
First down.
The bad thing is that's a first down play that puts the Renegades against the wall. And again, we talked about the dead ball stuff that's happened and just cost us a football game a few weeks ago.
So Neal right up the middle, he's going to gash inside and get that Marauder touchdown with 5:51 remaining in the first quarter.
You give up big plays, you gave up over a 40-yard pass play, and then you give up another penalty when it was actually close to being third down. Give them a first down. Definitely a recipe for disaster after you play some good, solid defense early in the drive. Nonetheless, it's going to be an attempt to tie the football game. Our boss man Todd Hansen comes up to the camera deck for the first time today. What's up, big bro? Some static on the backside.
The extra point is up, and it is good. 5:51 remaining in the first quarter. The Antelope Valley Marauders have tied it up with the Renegades.
Is good. 5:51 left to go in the first quarter. It's the
Curtis Talk
Renegades
1180, 96.1
Marauders
FM,
7.
and GoGades.com. The Marauders are set to kick off after tying the game up at 7. 5:51 remaining in the first quarter. Kai Smith back deep to return.
That's a very short kick, guys. That's going to hit the ground.
It's good.
Got to get on the
Got
ball.
it. And Smith finally got on the ball as number 7 made contact right at about the 23-yard line. Rather than catching that in the air, let him
I mean, you got to get on the football. This is not a punt. I mean, and it's really the upbacks that have to be committed to saying whether I got it or I'm running up forward to where you know that you got it. Got to be a better job of communication back there. That's a disaster averted right there. First and 10 Renegade.
And again, this is very similar to what we had last year in Lancaster. You know, at first, Renegades looked like they were getting going, and then all of a sudden, Antelope Valley struck back and made it an interesting ball game. As give is to Bubba Nettles, number 31, gets about a yard up to the 24-yard line with a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, I mean, in Renegade Rock, that's one of the things that
Carry number 31,
we're
Bubba
sure,
Nettles.
and we can be positive that
Tackle by number
the Marauder
52,
team has
Chase
done
Miller.
is watch that last year's film to see how they were in a game that they could have won, and now it seems like they're using that same momentum. You know, a lot of times these series become extended games of each other. It definitely looks like how that last game ended. Twins left.
I go out of the shotgun. He looks up, and his pass is going to be complete to Makai Smith. A great couple moves. Makai's got a little bit of room. Finally spins into a tackle, but he's going to have enough for the Renegade first down.
Complete to number
Talk
1,
about
Makai
having some
Smith.
heart. Igoa stands in there and delivers a
The tackle
long
number
throw from the
27,
middle of the
Ethan
pocket. He paid for it. He got
Renegades
smashed.
at the 36-yard line.
Moves by Makai. Don't call me Piper Smith because I ain't acting. That boy got some wiggle in his jiggle. He made about 4 guys miss. Great effort in Yak.
First
Yards after the catch.
First and 10 from the 36 for the Renegades. Tolbert in motion. The give is to Nettles. Nettles right up the middle to about the 40-yard line. So it's a pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and
Carry number
6.
31, Bubba Nettles.
2nd and 6 for the Renegades.
Brought down by number 92, Logan Riles.
The yards per carry average of
Pick up
all
a
these
4 on the
guys.
play,
We have
2nd down
about
and 6 from the
500
40-yard
guys
line.
that are averaging above 4 yards a carry. If you can keep rotating guys in that average 4 yards a carry, you're going to be all right in November.
And that's the good thing about having this trio of running backs is that they're always going to be fresh. And on top of that, they've been picking up some great pass blocks. As you see right here, in pass formation, Igoa lets loose. He's got pointer deep, but it is incomplete.
Igoa's pass into number 2, Jacoby Poyer, falls
3rd
incomplete.
and 6 from the
Back
40-yard
in coverage,
line.
number 16, Devin Hooper.
One play,
Maybe just
losing his helmet. 40 seconds on the play clock, please.
Point to Caldwell is turning into a go-to
Four on the
guy.
play
He
clock.
was
Thank
definitely
you.
open there, just 1 yard too deep on the pass. But how about Igoa standing in there? Great protection by the offensive line. 3rd and 6 for the Renegades.
So it'll be the first 3rd down opportunity for the Renegades tonight. Antelope Valley's already 2 of 3. The give is up the middle to Hankins. Hankins going to get to the 44, 2 yards shy of the first down. We're going to see if Coach John elects to punt in this situation. I see Jack Smith coming out.
Well, I guess we're playing field position football right now. As you go with that ISO, call it an ISO because the H-back is having a one-on-one blocking situation as he gets up and through there to try to pick up a backer. Just 2 yards short there.
Marauders number 7, Demario Jackson.
For a fake right now, it looks like they're in safe.
Smith gets it away. It's not going to be returned. It's going to take a renegade bounce inside the 10-yard line. Finally going to come to rest at the 9. And you had a renegade that was dragging a marauder. Number 7 was in the area. Demario Jackson. I can't say that I have not been guilty of that same move before. About 27 years ago.
First one down here all the time. But what I like about that, Renegade Rob, if you're the receiver guy and you're standing around the football, I have the right to try to push you in the football. You see the official talking to the Renegade as a coach, he has the right to do that. I can push you into the ball if you're still standing right here. That's why they're telling you to get away and Peter. Nonetheless, 1st and 10. This is a situation here where you want to get these guys pinned back against the wall and try to take advantage of that amazing punt. How about the special teams play by the Renegade?
It was a smart punt there by Jack Smith. Jack is capable of booting it 55, 60 yards in the air. Chose not to because he didn't need to. As Ty Neal falls down, a little turf monster jumped up at about the 8-yard line, loses a yard, and set up a second.
Carry number 10, Ty Neal.
Tackle is going to be credited to number 33, Phoenix Tuso.
Yeah, should have been credited to number 11 because it looked like Ruster, as he had that RPO read zone, jumped on his back.
Tripped his own
Pushed
guy.
him down. I like it though. You like it, I love it. 2nd and 11. Shotgun double set for the Marauders. Renegades in the quarters coverage look, or 2 deep safety look. Go power again, or read zone again.
Now he's got number 93, Jonathan.
Number 10, Ty Neal, the ball carrier.
Neal
On the stop,
seems to
number
be the
93,
workhorse
Jonathan Gonzalez.
for the Marauders here, but not a very high average so far today.
Yeah, and I think they're just doing that to keep our backers honest so they can try that play action again.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Secondary to stay honest and play discipline without their eyes in the backfield. Trips open set for the Marauders.
So Rester's pass, and that is going to be incomplete near the Renegade side of the field. So that'll be 4th down and a good 3 and out right there for this Renegade defense after giving up an 11-play, 75-yard drive
Number 28,
last time out.
Yeah, but I'm going to just say this here. You continue to let guys behind you like that. Number 28, David Stevenson, you're going to get fried, man. That was an overthrown ball. He's about 3 yards past the defensive back. Got to do a better job playing better technique and staying deep as the deepest.
Marauders get a punt off. Makai Smith is going to take it at about the 39-yard line, runs into a couple people, spins out of a couple tackles, and he's still on his feet. He's down the sideline, 1 man to beat, and he's going to get tackled by that 1 man to save the touchdown. Wow, that was dangerous, but it turned into about a 30-yard return from Makai Smith down to about the 14-yard line.
Makai Smith with the looks like the ballerina that's coming out on Netflix, spin-off of the John Wick movie. And guess what? One of Bakersfield's greatest ballerinas is the lead choreographer in the movie. Is based on her life. She's up for nomination for the Bob Elias Hall of Fame this year.
Wow. Amazing. We got David Smith checking into the game right next to Igoa. Fake to Smith. Pass off to Smith. This time it's Makai who gets it down to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6.
I I like going right back at
tackle number 27, Nathan Shimmick.
with the receiver who just made the big play, because usually you're taking the play off after a big play
Keep it
like
4 on
that.
the play. 2nd down and 6 at the 10-yard
Nice
line.
4-yard gain by Smith. 2nd and 6.
Just over a minute to play here in the first quarter. Score all tied at 7. I go out of the shotgun with Smith behind him. The give is to Smith. Smith bounces off the left. He's going to have nothing but a red end zone in front of him, and he's in for the touchdown.
David Smith.
David Smith with an amazing run, but how about the blocking scheme by the whole left side of the offensive line and the H-back, getting him outside on that power play, squeezing down on the defensive end. Touchdown, Renegades.
Make that touchdown number 4 for David Smith.
Woo, welcome home.
Former Garces Ram.
Welcome home, young man.
We got Carlos Villa, number 58, out to attempt the extra point. Good snap, good hold, good kick, and we are now at 14-7. Renegades over the Marauders with 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And we're going to take a timeout here on Current News Talk, AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGates.com. All right, Renegade football fans, we are back here at Memorial Stadium where the Renegades have taken a 14-7 lead over the Antelope Valley Marauders. 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Rob Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin. This kickoff is going to be taken at the 2. It's number 19 for Antelope Valley, Jacob Lopez. Lopez still on his feet. He's finally taken down at the 20-yard line.
Only number 19,
a
Jacob Lopez.
16-yard return.
Tackle number 43.
Number 43, James Moon out of Frontier High School. Good to see a lot of these high school all-stars from Kern County. Had that discussion yesterday with a few folks, and just let them know that junior college football here in Bakersfield is back to hosting a lot of these kids who otherwise might have been going on to Division I programs, Division II programs, NAIA out of town, but they figured the amount of coaching that they're going to get here from Coach Todd Littlejohn and staff is just as good as anywhere they're going to go, and they're not going to have to fight the NIL kids that are coming in from all over the place.
Hey, and we send guys to the league after a couple of years. You play here, you get to the 4-year college, and then you go play in the NFL. It's a recipe for success. So right now, the Marauders are back on offense, and that's going to be a completion for about 5 yards.
Pass complete to number 7, Demario Jackson.
Number 7, Demario Jackson got wrapped up
Number 7, Julian
first
Smith. And
by
9,
number
Tyler
5,
Lewis.
Danny Johnson. Johnson had him
Gain
up,
of 7 on the
and then
play.
Julian Smith
2nd down and 3
completely
at the
slammed him,
27-yard
almost like
line.
a tag team right there with the Dudley brothers, Dudley boys back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Devon, get the tables.
We should get a quarter break here, guys. So.
We've got no time remaining on the clock, and that is going to do it for this first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, the Renegades have returned home for the second home game of the season. 14-7 lead over the Antelope Valley Marauders. We'll take another quick timeout here to get back to second quarter action right here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGates.com. Welcome back, Renegade football fans. Got Kenny Calvin, our resident Hall of Famer, getting his groove on here.
But don't. You gotta love a song that say you can slap your grandma, man. I wouldn't have slapped my grandma.
No.
Trips open set for the Marauders.
Let's get some good barbecue.
Woo!
We've got a big tackle by number 11, Aaron Martinez.
Boy, talk about impact and contact. Number 11 of 11-12 comes down the line and fills the hole like a madman and smacked it. He pirouetted. We talked about ballerina and ballet. The movie coming out, he just made him pirouette right there. Spell that 3 times. Trips open.
3rd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Rester now with a new running back behind us, number 21, Dakota Yateman Foster.
Oh, he pulls it down.
Rester pulls it, and he's going to slide in for another first down.
Number 11, Sherman Rester.
How about the maturity of Rester to pull that ball down after he gets that kind of run? He looks like a young Lamar in
14-yard
some
pickup on
ways
the
that
play.
he broke through the pocket right here.
Again, he came in tonight with 97 yards rushing. He probably has about half of that so far tonight. Not only is he the lead passer now, also the lead rusher for this Marauder offense. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Rester getting flushed out of the pocket. Still looking up, still on his feet. And his pass is going to be complete at about the 50-yard line, close to a first down.
Pass complete to number 19,
Set
Jacob
up the
Lopez.
2nd and 1 from midfield.
Yeah, he has.
Lopez forced out of bounds by number 96, Grayson Rogers.
Grayson Rogers.
Pickup of 9 on
Highland
the
High
play.
School
2nd down
on
and
that
1
tackle.
at the 50-yard line.
So 13 minutes to play in the second quarter. Trips open set. They go right back to that RPO read zone. Oh, that ball came out. Danny Johnson with the shivering shade ice smack slammed him.
But it looks like they said the ball was, he was down by contact. Ball came loose after he was down. Picks up the first down.
On the stop, number 5,
4-yard
Johnson. First down, Marauders at the 46-yard line.
Meaning again, they don't look like they're panicking at all. Very calm. Staying in that 4 receiver set, but wanting to run out of it more than anything. Front 4 is going to have to do some damage.
Rester with a play action pass. Has good speed behind him. Good. He was actually able to get that out before Logan was able, excuse me, not Logan's good speed. It's number 92, Chase Grant.
Complete to number 0, Omar Lopez.
Great pass right there
On the
to
coverage,
Omar
number 5, Danny
Lopez
Johnson.
to pick up about 4 yards to the 42-yard line.
And hey, even if you're not getting there, you're at least touching him. And that's going to wear a guy like that down psychologically. You don't want to get tackled often as a running quarterback. Usually those are the pretty boys. Trips open set.
Rester gives it to Yateman Foster. He's going to pick up maybe 2 yards
Number 21,
to
Dakota
the
Yateman Foster, the
40-yard
ball
line.
carrier.
Brought down by
On the
number
tackle, number
33,
92, Chase Grant.
our man, Phoenix Tusa.
Big Tusa out of the LB.
Third down and 4 at the 40-yard line.
Great win for him a couple weeks ago in his hometown.
Yeah, that was huge for him. I mean, it felt good to just watch a kid that would usually be on their roster on ours making plays.
And a disclaimer, Kenny always loves to see Long Beach Vikings with him.
Shout out to my Long Beach cousins.
3rd and 4 from the 40. Rester looks to his left, checks down. He's going to get chased out of the pocket. He's got no place to go, but he's still going to wiggle out. He's going to pass. That looked like he was ahead of the line of scrimmage, so there is going to be a penalty for an illegal forward pass.
For number 7, Tavario Jackson.
The
falls
line of
incomplete.
scrimmage for everybody that's
4th
listening
down.
is at the 40, and his back foot was
Holding
at
on
the
for 12 at the
38. His
39-yard
arm probably
line.
swung to where Coach Littlejohn's standing at the 37.
Yeah, and that's going to be a loss of down.
Loss of down, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal forward pass. Quarterback was beyond line scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Loss of down.
And I'll tell you,
4th down.
kudos to Rester for at least giving himself some
shot,
space. He was surrounded by 4
Oh,
different
man.
renegades and still got out of it.
I mean,
On the
that
back of the
looked
Marauders,
exactly like
number
Lamar
24,
Jackson as he was
Jeffrey
corralled,
Kavanaugh.
and very good containment by the defensive end. He splits right back through the containment, gets right back north and south. Just a great job
Back for the Renegades, number 1,
putting
Makai
the
Smith.
pressure on him, and he lost where he was on the field. Nonetheless, great job.
Kavanaugh back to punt,
That's blocked.
and that ball is blocked. It's going to be a short punt. We want to get away from that, and not entirely sure why anybody from Antelope Valley would decide to fall on that.
Yeah, and that's what happens in those kind of plays. There's going to be some confusion, and Antelope Valley fans are probably saying, "Where isn't there a
The second quarter is
If you
brought to
get
you
a
by
piece
Les
of the ball
Schwab
on the
Tires.
block,
When you buy
you
tires
get
at Les
rough.
Schwab, you get America's best tire
When
warranty.
I talked about a game in
60-day
West LA,
satisfaction
I pumped
guarantee
the ball
plus no
off
hassle
the foot in midair.
roadside protection.
That's one of the
Other
greatest
places
blocks.
make you pay extra for that, but at Les
In my
Schwab,
career,
it's included with every set of tires. Visit your local Les Schwab today to learn more. LesSchwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952. Visit friendly staff at one of 4 locations right
Man, it
here in
was so funny. I
Bakersfield.
saw the NFL and one of the teams, I think it was the Buccaneers, they asked their players what a VHS tape was. 9 out of the 10 players got it wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Trips bunch set for the Renegades. Now they motion the ace.
Fake to Hankins. Igoa with
He
lots
has
of time, and his pass is complete to Pointer, and Pointer's going to be forced out of bounds inside Marauders
Number
territory.
2, Jacoby Pointer.
Boy, he had his pick of the litter right there as we see
Marziel
this
Smith.
beautiful sunset.
Second one of the season.
You know, it's just so nostalgic to be up here on the damn field. Forgive me where you are sometimes.
25-yard pass completion on the play. First 10 Renegades at the Marauder 45-yard
Renegades
line.
continue to capitalize with some great offensive play. Pistol formation, spread set with a slot to the left.
So I go out of the shotgun, standing right on top of the logo. He gives to Hankins. Hankins bounces out. We got a flag on the field, and Hankins has a lot of space, and he's going to get up about 16 yards on that carry and a first down if it stands.
Back at the 49-yard
Joystick was
line.
joysticking right there. Joystick Jalen, man, right to the left. I mean, he's so shifty and he's so low to the ground that it's hard to see him behind the offensive line, and then all of a sudden he pops out at you. But
Illegal
that looks like
formation.
that's going to come
Offense.
back. Illegal
5 in
formation.
the backfield. 5-yard penalty.
And it's going to mean
First
that
down.
the wide receiver on the outside was off the line, and that negates a huge run play.
Would have been 16 yards.
Wow.
Instead, we go back 5. First and 15 from midfield. Got here after a 25-yard pass from Igoa to Pointer Caldwell.
I mean, how about the Igoa to Pointer Caldwell connection? They look like they've been roommating. I wonder if they live together, how their chemistry looking right now. First and 15.
Hankins once again, the deep back with Igoa. Ball's given to Hankins. Hankins bounces out. Stiff arms, and he's going to get slung out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. So picks up 8 yards. And a good hard run. He had the pick of a hole, decided to bounce it out side of his tackle and went up 8.
Man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. Go right back to the same power play. And just a great job by the
8 yards
guys
on the
up front.
play.
I always love to highlight our big guys up front. We're
Second
talking
down and
about
7 from the 42-yard line.
As the game goes on. But them boys moving the crowd. Rakim boys.
Speaking of crowd, decent crowd out here for Educators Night. We stare across from the Dameron deck. Giving off to Hankins. Hankins, once again, is going to get hit at about the 36-yard line, just short of the first down. So it'll set up a 3rd and 1, another 3rd down opportunity for the Renegades in what we look at as probably 4-down territory.
He's so explosive.
Pick up a 6 on the play.
Tackles, man. By
3rd
the
down and
time you
1
see him, he's gone.
at the 36-yard line.
Shout out to Eric Mahanke, his trainer who he's had since he was a wee lad over at Liberty High School.
Man, how about the Liberty Independence score? I woke up and saw that. Huge win for Coach Bowden over Bowden.
Igoa looks up. He's got a man wide open, and that is Mekhi Smith for the touchdown.
Mekhi Smith for Renegade touchdown.
Another touchdown by Mekhi. Don't call me Pfeiffer Smith. He runs the post route, but what got that wide open, look, was how well Jalen Hankins has ran the ball all drive. You fake that run, that linebacker looks, safety peaks, touchdown Renegades.
Kelvin Blackman, the safety on that play, was looking for some sort of help. He didn't get it.
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
As Via's kick is up, and it is good. 8.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter, and the Renegades have taken a 2-touchdown lead, 21-7 over Antelope Valley. We're going to take a timeout.
Number 7, Tamario Jackson.
Back here,
Number 19, Jacob
Memorial
Lopez.
Stadium. Bakersfield College Renegades
Taking
taking
off the Renegades, number
21-7
36, Jack
lead
Smith.
over the Antelope Valley Marauders. Really nice drive there for Vince Igoa and this Renegades offense.
Amazing throws by Igoa. it kind of seems like we've found our guy as he's made some amazing throws down the field.
It's number 19 for Antelope Valley, taking it at the
Number 19,
2-yard
Jacob
line.
Lopez on the return.
Omar Lopez. Excuse me, not Omar Lopez. Another Lopez, Jacob.
On the tackle, number 40, Jackson
And again, we
Also on
should
the stop,
highlight
number 43,
this
James
as
Moon.
being a very, very, very integral part of this team so far in 2024. He took that at the
Marauders at their
2,
own
got only
16-yard
14
line.
yards to the 16-yard line. Great pursuit by this kickoff team.
Yeah, and that's been a staple to our defense.
Fans, Pepsi Zero Sugar is a proud partner of Bakersfield College. All taste, zero compromise.
We didn't have this over the last couple of years, and you see how much a kicker can help you. Trips open set.
Resser hands it off to Neal. Neal takes it up the middle to about the 20-yard line
And up
for
to
a gain
number
of
10,
4.
Ty Neal.
It'll be 2nd and 6.
On the stop, number
Probably
51,
one of
Kenny
the biggest
West.
runs Ted Neal's had all night for 4 yards.
I mean, and how about this front seven that we've highlighted all night? Nothing's coming easy inside.
Pick up a
And
four
all
on
of a
the
sudden,
play,
we're
second
up
down and 6 at the
21-7
20-yard
on a
line.
team that looks very good in the Antelope Valley Marauders.
Resser hands it off once again, and that is going to go absolutely nowhere. Number 93, Jonathan Gonzalez,
Oh my God.
wraps him
Number
up.
11, Aaron Martinez.
Neal,
And number 33,
again,
Felix Tucson.
Ty Neal has been the bell cow so far.
Good shot, G.
Has 12 carries tonight.
Again on the play,
But,
3rd down and 6.
he has taken a punishment from this front four.
I'm just so impressed with the defense top to bottom. Again, we probably talked about 11 different individual players who have made a big play, whether behind the line of scrimmage. Trips open set, and I'm feeling good right now with 7 minutes to play.
3rd and 6 after no gain.
There you go.
Resser
There you go.
is pressured, and he's got to get rid of it. That ball might be picked
That
off.
looked like it was
Oh,
one hand
close.
pick.
Danny Johnson,
Whoa.
but I tell you what, this could also be maybe a intentional grounding.
should
There
be.
was nobody in that.
Depending on the play, number 5, Danny
There was
Johnson.
nobody in the area. It barely got back to the line of scrimmage.
And you see,
And
the
they're
whole
huddling.
coaching staff over to the other side, waiting for them to get clarity on this call because he was definitely in the between the tackles.
Between the tackles. They're
Wow.
not going to call a penalty here. As you hear all the way from 300, 400, 500 feet away, Coach Littlejohn saying great angles, great angles. The head coach getting after his special teams unit right here.
Oh, so proud of my big cousin, the legend. We're lucky to have him.
As Kavanaugh gets it away, the last one was blocked. Makai Smith's going to take it at the 49, and he's got a lot of space. He's going to have a couple blockers. He's down the sideline, and he's got nothing but that end zone in front of him. Touchdown, Renegade!
Makai, don't call me Michael Smith with the huge play, but how about the blocking by the whole special team unit? And we got a man, not the myth, the legend.
Wow.
Wow. Boy, I'm telling you, there's something about a Renegade football team that's playing great in all phases of football. Right now, what we're seeing, Renegade Rob, we're seeing a great offense. We're seeing great defense. We're seeing great special teams. And when you can make big plays with your arm with a consistent quarterback, you're looking towards some postseason play. How about I go?
Good snap, good hold, good kick. Carlos Villa has made it 28-7 for the Renegades with 6:45 remaining in the second quarter.
Renegade Rob, that's probably the first time in forever, that we've had 4 straight PATs made. How big is that stat?
In our 3 seasons together,
What?
this
I don't
might
know
be
if
right.
we've ever had 4 straight PATs made. Oh yeah, 50 piece nuggets for everybody. We got Renegade right now, 6:46 to play in the second quarter, and I was responding to our spotter, the great Jesse. He's the greatest of all time with his eye. He asked us if we getting the 50 piece tonight, so it's gonna be 50 piece nuggets for everybody. Meet me down the street at McDonald's later. I'm gonna get y'all 50 pieces if we get 50 on each cap.
And I'm looking here, and this is I got to give credit. Tyler Baronis out of Granite Hill High School, Porterville, on special teams. He's on the kickoff right over here. He was on that punt team, and he made the wisest decision of all. All he had to do was stand right in the way of his man and Makai Smith, not put his hands on him, and that caused enough interference to be able to get that touchdown to go down the sideline.
Yes, and how about that block on the backside where you're so close to where you don't want to physically put your hands on it, just get in the way. And I said that last week. Remember, Rob, I talked about how sometimes you just got to get in the way. You don't have to have a big pancake block and put a guy on his back. Sometimes just get in the way and box him out.
Cook County's premier youth sports organization.
Yeah, think about some of
ages 6 to 14
going back to the NBA. Some of the guys that sent the meanest
at
picks
www.gym.org.
Michael Cage with that S curl up his.
Shout out to Michael Cage, man. I used to try to have my S curl like the great Michael Cage, man. I would tear my pillowcases up, man. My grandma was so mad at me, man. I was messing up T-shirts, pillowcases, everything.
And why stop at Michael Cage with the S curl? AC Green as well too. Before he had
Michael Cage, the legends of the S curl. Dr. J had an S curl too back in the day. Shotgun double set for the Marauders. 98 attacker. Great job.
Logan Goodspeed wrapping up Ty Neal. Ty Neal is probably going to be absolutely worn out from Logan Goodspeed after tonight.
Correction on the stop number 98, Logan Goodspeed.
Again, there's the 8th or 9th name that we talked about. Individually, guys that can make big plays on big-time Saturday college football. Remember the name, Goodspeed. Best name in football, too.
Yeah, before the season I asked Coach Duncan, I said, okay, so how's Logan Goodspeed? He goes, he's got good speed. So 2nd down and 9.
Number 10, Ty Neal.
Ty Neal once again with his 14th carry of the game. Picks up 3 yards to the 30, so it'll set up 3rd and 6. Neal, 14 carries for 21 yards, only a yard and a half per carry.
Gain of 4 on the play, 3rd down and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Renegade Rob, it's 5:40 to play in this second quarter. We want to get off the field and give our offense another opportunity. Again, coming off a 65-point win, it just instills confidence in you.
Yeah, the Renegades have been out on defense tonight so far for 16 minutes as Danny Johnson drops back. He saw something right there. He got back into coverage, and this pass is out of bounds and incomplete, setting up a 4th down. What did Danny see right there?
It wasn't
he bailed out.
It wasn't what he saw. It's the great design by Coach Thompson, making it look like Coach coverage and pulling him all the way to the middle of the field, leaving him isolated as the robber with help over the top. We're lucky that throw was thrown outside because it looked like, again, a one-on-one matchup, and that help was going more to the right, wide side of the field. So as you see that safety back out, it's kind of disguising that defense.
The Renegades, number 1, Makai Smith.
Oh, can we get another one to the house?
So Kavanaugh getting it away. This is going to go out of bounds. Wisely, Kavanaugh puts it out near the 45-yard line. Does not give Makai Smith the opportunity to return.
Great job by Sugar Shade Ice Smack legend Danny Johnson Jr. He didn't rough the punter, but right after the punt, he started blocking him and getting in the way. And you could tell the punter in the up back was frustrated by him doing that. But again, you have the right to do that. You're a guy on the field, and I can block you. You're not just out here to be pretty. You kick.
Punters are people too. Again, shout out to Coach Matt Alvarez. You know, he tagged us on an Instagram post.
Yes, he did.
And I had to tag him right back with Adam Sandler's lonesome kicker.
Hey, so real quick, Renegade Rob, with these tight splits, what you want to do, sudden change. Don't be surprised if you see a shot out to the corners.
We got
this kind of split.
5:02 remaining. And here it is. Igoa rolls. And great pursuit right there to be able to hold that in. Number 90.
Look at what was developing. You had that corner route by Pointer, and if Igoa could have stepped through that pressure,
he's got a man.
He had the man, and I'm telling you, I might need my whistle back after. Well, I'm telling you, I got my crystal ball out, man, because I told y'all, you got tight splits. sometimes pre-snap recognition is everything you need to know. Tight splits mean outside routes. Marauders lucky with that one. Shotgun spread set.
Yeah, Brian Burton Jr., number 90, at a University High, got that sack right there. And I go a quick pass out to Makai Smith.
Whoa,
Smith
whoa.
with a couple of nifty moves, still on his feet. Wow.
Upside in and out. Y'all remember that song? I mean, this kid is dancing like he's on the Soul Train line right now. He just made like 5 guys miss. We already told you he ain't acting.
Kelvin Blackman.
Don Cornelius would have celebrated it. 91st birthday the other day.
The legend, Don Cornelius. But all jokes aside, how about the connection that we have from Igo and Smith? We found in a match made in heaven right now, or at least a match made on the Upper East Side, Palace on Panorama, as we get a timeout.
It's going to give us an opportunity to take a timeout as well. 3:51 remaining in the second quarter. Renegades have a 28-7 lead over the Antelope Valley Marauders right here on Current News Talk, AM 1180, 96.1 FM at GoGades.com. 3:51 remaining in the second quarter. Renegades on top of the Marauders, 28-7. Rob Chavez and Kenny Calvin. Vince Igo out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, gets a pass off, complete to Jacoby Porter. Caldwell breaks a couple tackles. He's up past the 30-yard line, but we do have a penalty flag sitting right at about the Renegade 47-yard line.
And it looks like it's another procedure penalty, as guys aren't getting lined up right. And that's one thing that frustrates you if you coach Littlejohn and the rest of the staff down there, is when we're playing well and we start having mental lapses. If this is a pre-snap recognition penalty, as we have the conference, let's see.
Illegal formation.
Again.
Offense. 5 men in the backfield.
Oh, my goodness.
5-yard penalty. Replay.
I mean, so young
Third down.
viewers, if you're watching or listening, what receivers are taught to do since the high school level, one of the first things I was taught to do is look to the receiver and let them know whether you're off the line or you're on the line. You point at them, you're on the line. You point backwards, you're off the line. That's a communication that every receiver learns as a freshman receiver. So to see this happen at the collegiate level 2 times in a row, you guarantee somebody's running on Monday.
There's Coach Littlejohn out there with both Jacoby Pointer Caldwell and Makai Smith explaining to the side judge what they seen on their particular formation. Offensive coordinator Seth Dameron was right in the middle. He had to take about a 10 to 15 yard walk down the sideline to be able to get away from it, because it didn't look like he agreed with that call.
Yeah, and I wish that I can go ahead and watch a replay right now so we could see it, not to criticize officials or anything, but to see exactly what the officials are deeming off the line and on the line. Interestingly, Renegade Rob, one Thursday night contest, it was the Baltimore Ravens, and it was the right tackle who was lining up in the backfield every time. It was like 5 different times where he had that offense, because he was worried about the Kansas City defensive pass rush. And you have to be conscious. It's harder for the defensive tackles, of course, because they're not by the officials on the outside. But you know whether you're covering up the tackle or not as a receiver, and that's something you got to get fixed, especially with 3 touchdowns.
I'll give a shout out really quick to number 55, Eric De La Garza from Frontier High School, the freshman making his first start of the season out there on that offensive line. Lined up at right tackle, right in front of your man, Jelly Roll Tolbert.
Wow, and so I'm in tears right now as I look down to see who's doing the tire roll, and it's going to be both of my nephews.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. As we've got Bubba Nettles getting it back up to the 48-yard line. And yeah, you got it right.
You know, so for our viewers, my brother, Maurice Wright, was murdered one Saturday night, October 7, 2017. It was one of my saddest nights, as my brother was an innocent victim of gun violence. And, you know, I have both of his sons here tonight with me at the game, and they will be competing in the Les Schwab tire roll. Shout out to Todd
36, Jack Smith.
That's awesome.
Back with the Marauders, number 7, Tamario Jackson.
This was after the timeout and after.
Timeout. Antelope Valley. third and final.
Another unsuccessful third down conversion right there for the Renegade offense. It's going to set up 4th and 11. Jack Smith was out there to punt with 2:35 remaining in the second quarter. It's a good opportunity for your nephews to be able to come out here to see where you had a fantastic 2-year career that getting you into the Hall of Fame.
You know, one of my traditions, being that they grew up over in the projects, before games, I'd stop and give them their money for the week. You know, your uncle gotta bless your nephews, right? You know, and I would see my brother, we talk about what we're doing, and sometimes they would get to come up. You know, and now with him gone, having an opportunity to share nights like this with him is a dream come true. I'm gonna share it with you guys as the Renegades set up to punt with 2:35 left to play in this first half.
We got Jackson back deep to receive. Great punt by Smith. Smith is going to get it angled out of bounds, just inside the 10-yard line. Goes out of bounds at the 7. It's got the backs of the Marauders to the wall. The 1st and 10 from their own 7. And this is an opportunity for this defense to set up a 3 and out with time remaining on the clock for the Renegades to do something with it just before we get into the clock.
Man, this kid, Jack Smith, is hunting like he's ready to go to the all-conference wars at the end of the season. You know, I mean, having guys that can do that, we've talked about how important the kicker position is in football. You know, we go back and forth about what's the hardest position in football. I say the hardest job is catching punts, but the hardest position to play is kicker because everybody can't kick. Trips open set.
Give us to Neal. And Neal gets about maybe a yard. And that's all he's been averaging today. Number 91, Hugo Camacho, wraps him up.
Tackled by number 99.
Maybe a gain of a yard. We got another timeout for the Renegades. And again, going back to the Hall of Fame, it's going to be 2 weeks from this coming Wednesday, October the 16th, at the Luigi's Warehouse. We've got not only Kenny Calvin going in, Dr. William Baker, everybody's favorite team doctor up here at Bakersfield College. We also have Phil DeMontre. Again, anybody who wants to talk about left-handed pitchers to come out of Bakersfield High School, can't find a whole lot any better than Phil DeMontre. I think that Phil's going to be well deserved.
Yeah, I mean, you start reading that bio of all the people going in, like, wow, why am I sitting next to these guys?
Including, again, one of your idols, Louis Wright. You got number 10, Ty Neal. You can get up to about the 15-yard line
Ty Neal
for a gain of 6.
on the stop number
So that'll
96,
set up
Grayson Rogers.
about a third and a long 2. Grayson Rogers with the tackle.
I mean, we can't talk Hall of Fame without talking about the legendary David.
That is a 2-minute
The
timeout.
Manning family is synonymous with Bakersfield College football. Before I was
Please reset
there,
the game
of
clock.
course,
It's finished.
Dad's a legend. Son Chad's a legend. Josh is a legend. I mean, just the fabric and legacy aspect of what's happening with this Hall of Fame is crazy too, because my Uncle Manuel Calvin ain't even in it yet, and he was considered the greatest legend, sports legend of my family my whole life. So to go in before him is a very humbling feeling.
A big-time hoops champ here.
For only one.
And coming up at that time, entertainment by the Bakersfield College cheer team.
78. The only one.
His son, Daniel, out at Frontier, leading that line.
Did have a lot of great years with that team. And I'll tell you what was special this morning. We had a kid named Sawyer who was playing offensive line for the Cardinals. He trained under my cousin Dad.
K-State.
Renegade, first team All-State guy. So, definitely still doing amazing things in the football community for young offensive linemen. Offensive and defensive line.
So we got a third and, like I said, a long two. With 2 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. Rester pulls it. He decides to take it, and he's going to slide for a first down. It's going to be right at the 26-yard line. Clock will continue to run.
Brought down by number 98, Logan Goodspeed.
Rester is an amazing talent. Like, seeing what he can do when he gets time and also what he can do with his feet. We watched him do it last year, but I'm just impressed with his progression. Now he got trips open set. They're going to be in a 2-minute offense.
No timeouts remaining for the Marauders. Rester rolls to his right, and he's got a man open, and he is caught right at the 37-yard line. Good enough for the Marauder first down.
Well, he gets outside of that
On the
pressure
coverage, number 11, Aaron Martinez.
And that's a hard throw that he made as he's rolling right, because you have to get that throw over the outside backer.
First down Marauders at the 37-yard line.
The other DB over the top. This is a great throw on the deep out by Rester.
Number 19, Jacob Lopez, on that catch to be able to get both feet in before he went out of bounds. Stopping the clock at 126. Rester rolls to his left. He's got a big pass. That's going to be up and incomplete. 2 men in the area.
Rester's pass intended for number 4, Rico
That's
Becerra,
what I'm
falls
talking about.
incomplete.
Being extremely important, Renegade Rob, is being on top of everything. That's the first
Back in
example
coverage,
that
number
we've
1,
seen.
Makai Smith, and number
Where the
5, Danny
DBs are
Johnson.
the deepest on some of those long errant throws. We've already seen one huge fade be called. Great job making an adjustment to be deepest the deepest. That's your job as a corner. Don't get too caught up watching everything that's happening.
Also
You're
on the
not here
coverage,
to watch the
number 20,
game. You're here to
Nathaniel
do your
Wallace.
job.
Great job by Nathaniel Wallace, like you were talking about, staying on top. 5'9", 175 out of Garces, and he's on a man who stands at 6'4". So Neal up the middle, and Neal's got about a 10-yard gain right there, and that's his longest of the game, setting up another
Number
first
5,
down
Danny Johnson, and number
for the
11, Aaron
Marauders.
Martinez.
Clock now running at just over a minute to play.
First down Antelope Valley.
All spotted at the
47-yard
47-yard line. Again, Renegades up 28-7. And Neal's going to get hit first by Macon and then cleaned up right there by number 54 of the Renegades, Miguel Cepeda, at a McFarland high.
Nice.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
When you're sending 11 hats to the ball, guys aren't going to be able to make one guy miss and get to the promised land. Trips open set.
Shout out to Coach Brown out there for McFarland. Rester, all kinds of time. He's going to have a lot of space to run. He's going to run out of bounds, stopping the clock right at midfield. Picks up 5 yards. Clock stops at 29 seconds.
Horrible rush lane by that defensive end. He got greedy. He went inside. You got to keep containment. He's already showed you what he can do with his legs outside. You have to stay disciplined.
First time we had seen a 30 set right there for that front line as they were rushing guys on and off after that tackle for a loss on first down.
Yeah, and that 30 set usually comes with dime coverage because you're putting an extra dime defender in there. This 4 receiver set in passing situations. 3rd and 8.
Again, with that 30 set, Jackson Provençal in at middle linebacker. He's spying that outside. He had outside contained, and Rester's pass went incomplete. He did have Omar Lopez open, but he overshot him by about 5 yards. It's number 25 for the Renegades.
Number 25,
Richard Gooden in on the coverage, 6'1", 190 out of Independence High.
Yeah, and there's some poor technique being displayed by some of our corners.
On this 2-minute offense, it looked kind of shaky.
Yeah, well, I got to give credit where credit is due because we talked about the athletic ability of the edge
On the punt, number 24, Jeffrey Kavanaugh.
the Marauders. They get a lot of
The
East LA
Renegades, number
kids
1,
that can
Makai
fly.
Smith.
We're seeing that. But, you know, from a coverage perspective, it's just about discipline and where are your eyes. You have to be prepared situationally to know that nothing short's going to beat you. You should be dang near 20 yards deep.
Good spiral kick right there from Kavanaugh. Makai Smith takes it at the 16. He steps back. He's going to make a couple more moves, and he's just going to go down as he wrapped up by a lot of Marauders after picking up about a yard on that return with 11 seconds remaining. Probably going to be a situation here. Coach Lee Johnson is going to take a knee.
Tackled by number 2, Amir Bastine, and number 35, Eric
Right
Williams.
now, huge lead with 11 seconds to play. This is one of the best offensive and defensive football halves that we've had in a long time.
We're going to have some halftime action here coming up just as we hit triple zeros on that clock. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, Valley Strong Credit Union, Carpet Outlet Plus, Barbage, Hooper, King, Deal Hoffman, Cal State Bakersfield, Les Schwab Tire, Pepsi, Sully's, Executive Express Service, Hawking, Denton, Palmquist, and Luigi's. So we got Igoa, hands it off to David Smith. Smith has a lane. He's got a first down up to about the 30-yard line.
And up to number 22,
That
David
is
Smith.
going to run the time off the clock here in the first half. The Renegades
On the stop, number 52.
definitely showing their power in
Chad
this first
Miller,
half.
that's the end of the first half.
Going into the locker room with a 28-7
The
lead
score,
over
the
the Antelope
Bakersfield
Valley
College
Marauders.
Renegades 28.
You are listening to
Antelope
Bakersfield
Valley
College
Marauders,
Renegades football right here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, GoGades.com for the live stream. We're going to be back with a little bit of halftime action here after a short break with Kenny Calvin and Rob Chavez. Welcome back, Renegade football fans, to Memorial Stadium right here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGades.com. Rob Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin. We just got done. Soldier Boy. Keep me alive.
But I had to tell
Try to keep me alive.
since we got a
So you told Soldier.
Yeah, I had to tell him I'm the first rapper to ever go to the Hall of Fame.
Hey!
Since he always talk about he's the first rapper to do something, he's the first rapper to go to the Hall of Fame.
All right, and this is exactly why Coach Littlejohn decides to defer. They're going to get the ball back right here to open up this second half of 28-7, dominating all three phases of the game in the first half. As I looked across through my binoculars, I see the white tents over there just to the left. Really be the northwest side of the field, and that is our President's VIP area. If anybody is interested in renting out that President's VIP area, visit the Bakersfield College Foundation website. Information, Cheryl Scott has all that for you. Makai Smith takes it at the 12-yard line. Makai Smith following his blockers. He gets up to about the 35-yard line, picking up about 23 yards.
On return number 1, Makai Smith.
Renegade Rob, if he stays outside,
Down by number
he's
27,
running for his
Nathan
second
Shimmick.
touchdown return of the game. Nevertheless, first and 10 Renegade. And this kid, he's probably upward of 200 all-purpose yards right now.
Pretty amazing so far for Makai Smith. We'll get a chance to take a look at what kind of stats he had. I do know that he had over 50 yards receiving in the first half.
All right, 20 left for the Renegades.
Hankins rushes it just to his right, picks up 6 yards to the 41-yard line.
And up to number 29, Jalen Hankins.
Second and 4.
On the stop,
Getting
number
back to
12,
Makai Smith's
Dwayne
numbers.
Wall.
119 yards
Gain of 6
on
on the
special
play.
teams returns. He has 60 yards receiving, so that's
Fans, the
169.
third quarter is brought to you by Southern California Orthopedic Institute, the official team orthopedic surgeons of BC athletes.
Those are end of game numbers. 20 left for the Renegades.
Just even more amazing when you think about that 513-yard game for Reggie Bush back in 2004 against Fresno State. His pass is complete to Pointer, and Pointer gets hit. After he catches the ball pops out and goes out of bounds. Good enough for the Renegade first down at their own 49-yard line.
On the stop, number 16, Devin
Trying to
Hooper.
wave it off, but they're already spotting the football, and that's going to be first and 10 for the
The
Renegades.
movement on the field is an incomplete
Okay,
pass.
so they're
Third
going to
down.
go ahead and call it incomplete because that's
He never
caught
completed it.
Yeah. He got smacked, and we're lucky, as that could very well have been a fumble and recovered in bounds.
Very close as the safety came up for help, and it popped right into his hands when he was standing out of bounds.
while we got time, I'd like to highlight this offensive line. I mean, you got Eric De La Garza, you got Oliver Mamiya. I mean, it's some big guys down here moving.
Silas Aikens,
Crowd out here.
Andres Alcaraz, 69, Titus Yepes,
Titus Yepes, big boys need love too.
sophomore at Ridgeview High School. So it goes back to the 41-yard line, 3rd and 4. Zagoa is out of the shotgun with Hankins to his left. Tolbert at the H-back position. Swings it out to Hankins. Great block by Tolbert. Hankins going to get up past the 50-yard line. He's in Marauder territory. And all don't lie, as they say, is he's got a renegade first down.
Right there.
On the stop, number 16, Devin Hooper, number 27, Nathan
Getting
Shimmick.
it to him quick and allowing him to make the moves he needs
First
to
down,
make. How
Renegades
about the
at the
block on the
49-yard
outside
line.
that sprung him for the first down?
Jelly roll.
Amazing job by Tober. Me and you talked about the beauty of having a traditional H-back / fullback in the football game.
Shout out to Frank Gifford, former H-back Hall of Famer here at Bakersfield College. Hankins goes up the middle. He's going to get about 6 yards, maybe call it 5,
After number 29,
to the
Jalen
Marauder
Hankins.
44-yard line, setting up a 2nd and 5.
Interesting stat for Frank Gifford. I was talking about this yesterday.
On the stop, number 52,
Who had
Chaz
no
Miller.
idea who Frank Gifford was. We were
shame.
selling posters in the student store. I said, young lady, do you know who this
Gain of
is?
5 yards on the
I
play.
said, he's probably one of the
Second
most
down and 5
famous
at the
football
44-yard
players of all
line.
time, let alone the most famous driller in Renegade.
Yeah. At one time, he was just known for being on Monday Night Football or being Kathy Lee Gifford.
And USC.
That's right. Igoa fakes, passes it out to Tolbert, and Tolbert is at least able to make that
Pass
catch.
complete to number 18,
It'll be a
CJ
loss of
Tolbert.
5. Tackle made by number
On the tackle, number 2,
Amir
Amir
Bastine.
Bastine. No gain on the play.
Team was a great play as a DB. You know, that's what that offense is trying to do, get that one-on-one matchup with the bigger guy and the little guy. If you can make tackles at a little guy, as a little guy, you end up in the Hall of Fame. I was called the little guy in many instances.
Little
But
guy
I didn't
that
miss
played
tackles.
big.
I didn't miss tackles when he gave Rob. I didn't give up touchdowns.
That's why you're in the hall. So we got 3rd and 10. Igoa steps back, and his pass is complete. Number 2, Jacoby Pointer Caldwell. And he's got enough for that Renegades first down.
And what I love most about that completion is look at how late these Marauder defenders are getting up. Pointer's a strong guy that catches balls in traffic. That was just great chemistry right there as he stopped on the route. Many times receivers will get too excited and keep running through the coverage, and now you're running into being covered. He stopped right where he needed to stop, and Igoa put it on him, 1st and 10.
Ball spotted at the 30-yard line after a pickup of 19 yards on that reception. Hankins
Joystick.
in and out of that hole right there and was able to pick up 7. His first move was at about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, and he picked up 5 more.
Joystick Jalen, it
On
was
the
the
stop,
quick
number 1,
hit
Marcel
right
Smith.
between the B gap.
And number
you gotta
52,
remind you
Chaz
guys,
Miller.
his dad was an amazing running back for the East
Gain
High
of 8 on the
Blades as
play.
well, but he was a state
Second down and
championship
2 at the
basketball
22
player. I
yard
think
line.
that was more of a crossover in the hole than a real juke.
Point guard alongside J.R. Henderson, Eli
State
Anderson,
champ.
Chris Clayton.
Beat the great Ed O'Bannon and Charles O'Bannon in the playoffs. Look those guys up.
Now we've got Hankins up the middle once again. He's got enough for the Renegade first down at the 17-yard line.
And I guarantee you the defense is thinking, hey, all right, they brought the little guy in. They
brought
about to
down by
start
number
running
9,
sweeps and
Isaiah
end
Murillo.
stuff. And they keep running ISO and middle line lead plays, chopping
5 on the
down. Great job by the offensive line.
1st and 10
Coach
Renegades.
Dameron and Coach Dean calling a masterpiece right now.
Yeah, and going into the half, the Renegades had half the amount of time of time of possession that the Marauders had. Only had the ball 10 minutes and 15 seconds. And this drive right here is just chewing up the clock as we've got 10:07 remaining in the 3rd quarter. As I goes past to Tolbert, is up the sideline. He's going to dive towards the first down. Not sure if he's going to make it, but he's inside the 10-yard line.
Number 18,
Chestnut
CJ
checkers, man.
Tolbert.
I mean, look at how off
Stop, number
balance
1, Marcel
the
Smith.
defense is. They're bringing pressure. We're throwing slip screens right behind it. I mean, just great offensive play selection from our Renegade coaching staff right now. Kudos to the guys. I mean, because they received a lot of pressure over the past years. Like last year, our defense played great. You know, we weren't able to convert third downs.
And speaking of, 2 of 2 so far this drive on third down. Went from being 1 for 4, now we're at 3 for 6 in third down conversions as the Renegade offensive line sprints to the ball.
We'll have a timeout on the field.
Bakersfield.
So that'll give us a quick timeout here also on our coverage of Renegades football, 28-7 with 9:37 remaining in the third quarter. All right, we are back with 9:37 remaining in the third quarter after that timeout for the Renegades. 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line. Tolbert in motion. I go out of the shotgun. Gives it to Hankins. Hankins up the middle. Close to a first down. Looks like he's got it at the 7.
Jalen Hankins.
Renegade route. Call me crazy, but it
On the
looks
stop,
like
number
we
9,
are
Isaiah
running
Perillo.
Hankins later in games by design.
Also on the stop, number
All the
64,
defenses are
Adam
worn
Colon.
down by guys like Nettles, Smith, Pointer, who gets carries, and then we bring in Joystick, and now you're like, man, where this dude come from? He's only our leading offensive guy from last year.
And
Don't
this
worry
year,
about him.
Yeah, 1,000 yard back combined.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Come on.
amazing. It's Hankins right behind Igoa, 1st and goal from the 7. Tolbert once again in motion. Ball's given to Hankins. Hankins up the middle, gets inside the 5. He's going to pick up about 3 yards to the 4, making it 2nd
Number
goal.
29, Jalen
And I
Hankins,
love
the
the
ball
fact that
carrier.
it's being done in the meat.
On the
Between
tackle, number
meat,
52,
you know?
Chaz Miller.
Like it's happening in the trenches, as we call it, where the little guys ain't supposed to be. Like, little guys usually don't like being in here. This dude is eating in the middle of the field. 8:31 to play in the third.
Like Mike Tyson told cannibals.
Just gotta eat. Twins left.
Go out of the shotgun. Gives it off to Hankins. Hankins close to the goal line. He's going to get down about the 1 yard line, setting up a 3rd and goal.
Jalen Hankins, the ball carrier.
He's so quick. And I
On the
like
stop, number
how
92, David
Igoa
Riles.
is handling some of these snaps, because these snaps are coming out firing, and he's catching them. A couple of them, he's jumping to catch them and getting
Renegade
the
3rd and 1
handoff
at the 1
down.
yard line.
That's extremely hard to do, but it's easy to do when you have that consistency and you're not in and out. Twins left.
It's Oliver Mamea, his center, that's snapping it back to him, number 60. Gets it right back to him again. Hankins right up the middle, and he's in for the Renegade touchdown. Boom!
Here, Cannon. Joystick Jalen getting it in between the tackles. That was some beautiful offensive football by that offensive unit. Coach Castro, Coach Danner, and Coach D. Just a collective effort by the offense to get things done. Smash mouth football. That wasn't pretty. That was all hard work, hat on the hat in that sequence right there, other than the pass to Pointer for the first down.
13 plays, 65 yards for the Renegades.
And
And now
guess what?
Carlos Villa kicks another extra point to make it 35-7 for the Renegades.
7:36 left to go in
They
the third
put up a
quarter.
4-touchdown
It's
lead
35.
over the Marauders. And like
Wow.
you said, what it seems to be is that
Fans,
they
be sure
are
to stay
just
connected
stalling
with
out
Renegade Athletics on
this
YouTube,
Marauder
Facebook,
defense,
X,
getting
and
Hankins in
Instagram.
there and
Search
just
the Go Games
pounding.
Show to find
Yeah,
out.
I mean, and you put a guy like Hankins in there, he's a change of pace back. He looks so small, you think it's going to be pretty and finesse, and it's just downhill, hat on the hat movement by the offensive line, and you got to love it. Like, a lot of people like basketball on grass, as Coach Parker used to call it, throwing it all over the place. I like the fact that we're only throwing the football when we need to. We're running the football, we're using play action off the run, and it's resulting in amazing chemistry by the offense. And how about this? Over the last 2 weeks, we are up to 100 points to 7. Wow.
Antelope Valley,
That's
number
a
7,
stat
Generalao
for you
Jackson.
right there. 100 points on the dot
Number 19,
to 7
Jacob Lopez.
through the last 2 weeks. I like it.
Old-time
Picking
Renegade
up number
football back.
36, Jack Smith.
He was putting 50-piece nuggets up on people left and right. 95.
Ball taken at the 3 yard line. That's Lopez. Lopez weaves through some traffic, gets up to about the 21-yard line. But again, nothing more than about 18, 19 yards at the most on these returns. Fantastic job by this return team.
This is a stat that I think I'm going to throw out.
Lopez tripped up by number 5, Danny Johnson, and number 25, Richard Gooden.
Past the 40 on kickoff returns against us more than twice.
Yeah, Golden West, maybe.
It may have been the Golden West game, but here we are in week 4, and I don't know if we've had given up the field position of more than the 40 twice. That's great defensive, special teams football, at least a great defense.
The ball set at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Marauders with 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Trips up and set.
Number 21, Dakota Yateman Foster, the back with Rester, but Rester passes it out to number 18, Javon Walker.
And again, you're going to allow that to happen. As we're playing quarters coverage, you have to stay deep as the deepest. That's not going to beat us. You're going to have to do something else if you're the Marauders right now. They're just trying to find something because it's 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. This can be an early night, a couple more scores. We might be getting out of here in time for me to go see my boy 40 Water. That's a Kern County favorite.
Just a really quick recap. Jalen Hankins had 8 carries for 33 yards. Great play right there. Wow. Number 92 for the Renegades. Wow. Chase Grant gets credited for a tackle, and he had his back turned.
Yes. You know what he was doing? He was actually pushing the offensive lineman so far back into the backfield, he made the offensive lineman tackle the running back. That was some huge push.
That's bully ball right there.
That's bully ball right there. Wow.
It's impressive right there for Chase Grant. It's a 2-yard loss back to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 12.
Oh my goodness.
Rester out of the shotgun. Hands it off to Yates.
Nothing. 12. Nothing. No suit for you.
On to carry number 21.
Number 12, Aaron Martinez coming from behind. Part of that 11-12 group.
11-12. 112. Shout out to 112. This week was Slam's birthday, the lead singer from Group 112 that I was the driver for 20 years ago in 2000.
On the play. 2nd down and 12.
Went from the driver to the opening act for 112.
I'm just looking at the game.
I was on the first Chris Brown tour with 112.
And we won't talk about who they're producing.
Yeah,
we'll leave that out.
We'll leave that. Trips up the set. For the Marauders.
3rd and 12. Rester out of shotgun, gets flushed out, rolls to his right, looks up, he still has room, and he's going to pass it out of bounds, and creating a 4th down for the Marauders in a punt situation. Fantastic work from this defense. Gave up 1 first down, and then after that, shut it down.
How about the pressure by Big Gonzalez on the outside? We got the big boys playing huge. Trying to keep containment, but Rester has so much speed that he just gets outside of you anyway. Great coverage down the field.
Back for the Renegades,
Forcing the punt. We've already
Smith.
blocked one of these, partially blocked, and we've already returned one with Makai, don't call me Pfeiffer Smith because I ain't acting. And you kick this to this kid, you can see another one go to the house.
Kavanaugh gets the punt off, barely. Makai Smith is going to take it at the 44. He's up the sideline, and he's going to get knocked out of bounds after about an 8-yard
42-yard line. The Renegades will have a better
Put his
first and
act
10.
on right there. He could have got an extra
Taking with Valley
15.
Strong gives you access to over 30,000 ATMs nationwide. That's more ATMs than any national bank offers. Valley Strong, grow your possibilities.
Third quarter.
Here we go. Igoa out of the shotgun. Gives it off to Nettles. Nettles up the middle. Nettles gets about 8 yards to the 36-yard line in the
Number 31, Bubba Nettles.
I want to thank our team.
On the stop, number 27, Nathan Chimick. Pickup of 8 on the play.
Definitely try to get that worked on, guys. Appreciate you.
Not to mention all of our listeners out there. We've got listeners all over the country
tuning in on the live stream. Current News Talk AM 1180 and 96.1 FM. They're in the air everywhere. So go up with Nettles in the backfield. Give us to Nettles. Nettles got a lot of room. Big hole that he ran through. He's inside the 20-yard line and a first down for the Renegades.
That's that thunder and lightning that I talked about. He's so quick, and then here comes the power. Thunder and lightning. Remember that from the movie?
First down, Renegades at the Marauder 20-yard line.
It's just a great display of overall team play.
That run was for 16 yards to the 20-yard line. Amir Bastine with the tackle. I go out of the shotgun. Gives it to Nettles. Nettles cuts back. He's inside the 15-yard line after a gain of 6. Going to bring up a second and 4. Great hard run right there by Nettles.
Yeah.
On the stop, number 27, Nathan Shimmick.
On the outside that allows Nettles to put his foot in the ground.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Last
Second down and 4 at the 14-yard line.
Had an amazing catch for one of his first Renegade touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, in the regular season. It'd be great to see some play action right now, how well this running game has been going. Tell him, you put me in the booth. Might need my whistle back if they run that right now. You put me in the booth. I told you I was coming.
There it is, Igoa. He's got a man, but he's going to just get rid of it. Great decision right there to be able to put it at the feet of his receiver.
Well, I'm telling you though, Renegade Rob, I got my crystal ball.
Igoa's pass ball's incomplete. Third down.
Running the football very well. It just opens up the playbook for us. Sadly, we don't get that protection and have to throw it down, but good job by Igoa not trying to force anything. We're going to fight another day.
3rd and 4 from the 14. Again, Renegades up 35-7 with 3:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Give us to Nettles. Nettles right up the middle. He's got a first down and more. He's going to rush towards that pylon, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. Boom!
Touchdown!
Thunder and lightning putting in full force effect. Another amazing job by the offensive line. And how about the confidence of this running back group?
Opportunity right here. Almost be able to go 6 for 6 tonight. We'll see if he can do it. Evan sifting out there, 2 hole for the other kickers. Got to shout out our deep snapper number 45, Gabe Eggers, Bakersfield Christian.
I mean, we need to get some high school scores too.
Good snap, good hold, good kick.
Wow.
6 for 6. Carlos Villa bringing the score 42-7. Renegades over the Marauders. With 3:04 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're going to take a quick time out.
Another raffle drawing.
AM 1180, 96.1
So if you still
FM.
have, nobody's
Live
claimed the
streaming.
prize yet. So the new raffle ticket is.
We're back here.
Marauders, number 7, Demario Jackson. And number 19, Jacob Lopez.
Live streaming on GoGates.com. Rob Chavez.
Jack Smith,
Bakersfield College
the
Hall of Famer.
Renegades.
Kenny Calvin. So we got Jack Smith kicking off from the 35. This one's going to be returned from the 2-yard line for the Marauders.
Number 7.
Finally got a decent run back for Demario Jackson past the 30-yard
Number
line.
7, Demario Jackson on the return.
Good field
On the tackle, number 36,
And
Jack
in that
Smith.
last drive, you were talking about it, from that running back by
Do
committee.
you need new floors in
That
your home?
one was owned by
Carpet Outlet
CJ
Plus
Nettles.
has huge in-stock selection of carpet and a hard surface to choose from. Carpet Outlet Plus will never drop the ball on price, where every day is sale day.
I mean, it's just amazing display of offensive line work down there. You got to continue to highlight those big fellas.
Not calling by his full government. Daniels. So we've got some new Renegades in the game, giving them some time. Chase Furtado out of Bakersfield Christian High playing the safety position. Ball's given off to number 21, Dakota Yateman Foster.
On to carry number 21, Dakota Yateman Foster.
I mean, so we are now at a 35-point lead, which usually
Foster run down by number 58.
However, we have an injury.
Correction number 54, Miguel Cepeda.
Number 74 for the Marauders. And like we said, we also have some reserves coming in for the Renegades.
Number 74,
Last tackle
Riley Piper,
was
shaking
made
up
by
on the
number
play.
54, Miguel Cepeda. Again, shout out to McFarland.
Kern County All-Stars, man. I mean, that's one of the things I love about the Renegade experience as well, because McFarland is a school that hasn't had a lot of great success in the football realm. They're most known for their cross-country movie, right? But when you get kids who might be a guy that get a chance to get to the next level, now you see what they were capable of if they were in the right environment. That's a beautiful thing for these small school guys. I mean, I had some amazing teammates that came from Tehachapi, McFarland, when I was a player. And you're like, man, you didn't realize there's guys that were that good out there, because it's not 30 good guys out there. I played on teams where it's 40 great guys, like 10 All-State guys and 5 NFL guys on my high school team. A lot of high schools don't have that luck to have a core group of guys, so you get a guy from McFarland getting a chance at the next level, and he's showing out.
So we got back as Riley Piper was helped off the field. Back here on 2nd and 11. Rester tucks, and his pass is going to be incomplete, intended for Lopez. Stevenson was in the area on the coverage.
Rester's pass intended for number 0, Omar Lopez, falls incomplete.
Wanting them to play perfect, right? Because I always remind you guys, Coach Trudy asked us to be 97 percentile guys. That's dang near perfect. I can make one mistake, don't make two. You're coming out. When you see a guy recover from a mistake in Stevenson, now he's playing calm, he knows what to expect. Situational awareness antennas are up. Playing a lot better coverage than he played in that first quarter. I like it.
Rester, 3rd and 11, out of the shotgun. Plenty of time. Fakes the pass. He scoots out of the pocket, and his pass is going to be nearly completed. And a fantastic job right there. We just talked about it. Number 32, Chase Furtado out of Bakersfield. He was running around all over the place. Looked like a ghost
Number 32, Chase Furtado.
following around.
I mean, and for the Marauders, that's a perfect example of what I was just talking about. This kid, Rester, you put him on any other roster, he's probably first team all conference. How he's running around out there getting the ball off. I don't know if I've seen a quarterback as good as him this year escaping the pocket. He's doing some amazing things, but he doesn't have 20 other guys on the same page, and that's why they're down 35 points.
Oh, and nearly another block right there. Would have been the second one of the game. There is some laundry in the backfield.
Penalty markers brought at the 33-yard line and also in the backfield.
We were talking about maybe some high school scores yesterday in the area. Not too many area scores. A lot of bye weeks. Shafter went out to Santa Maria and lost a heartbreaker to St. Joseph's, 30-28. St. Joseph's, though, plays Division II football out there.
Right.
Shafter's down in Division IV, so for them to be able to put that up without their starting quarterback, Zeke Osborne, that's saying something.
Yeah, that's saying something. I mean, it's showing how well they play and how great they're competing no matter who's showing up.
It's Marion Sloan, I believe, that's running their Wildcat-style offense out there.
We have
He
two
did have
fouls on
a
play.
few throws.
Running into the kicker.
Running into the
on
kicker
the
is the
defense.
penalty here.
That foul's declined.
That one's going to be
We
declined.
have offsides on the defense.
Offsides.
That's it will be enforced.
Will be enforced.
5
It'll
yard
be a
penalty.
5-yard penalty. They're
First
going to redo 4th down, and we're going to hear what this is actually.
Well, they may actually tack it on to the end of the
The end of the kick.
End of the kick.
I didn't know that they could do that on offsides.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you the option to where you want to re-kick or you want to add it on. Some of the moves, a lot of different rule changes over the past 5 years. We got caught off guard on a couple of them early. We're not in any of the official meetings, right? Sometimes we show up and just start talking about football and not knowing that the rules changed last year. So, I mean, here we are. Renegade Rob, 42 points on the board. 153. These Nuggets right around the area. Renegades, you got to execute. Keep the pedal to the metal. It's a lot of football left. 22 in the back.
We got David Smith now. It's his turn to be able to get a drive going on his own, and he's going to pick up about 5 yards to the 36-yard line, making it 2nd and 5. We got some other scores.
Carry number 22, David Smith.
Shafter wasn't the only
Tackle by
team
number 9,
in town
Isaiah
from Kern
Murillo.
County in Santa Maria, only about a mile away
Pick
over
up 5 on
at
the
Getty
play.
High. Garces falls 41-21.
Man, can't talk about Getty High football without talking about my classmate, the late great Chris Williford. He was one of the JV coaches over there. He was on my junior football team. He lost Chris a couple of years ago.
David Smith cuts outside. He looks like he was shot out of a cannon. He's going to get hit late, but there is no penalty flag out there as he got hit inbounds and then followed out of bounds. Normally that you'll see some laundry, but nevertheless, big gain right there for David Smith and a first down for the Renegades.
Doesn't he run like a guy who's mad he's been on the sideline for a while? He's like, give me my ball and let me have my drive.
For an injured player, please set the play
We got
clock
time out on the
for
field.
40
Get back
seconds.
to what I was saying. The last 3 drives, we've had 3 different running backs exploding. You had Hankins get his drive and had a phenomenal drive with about 40 yards of rushing and catching. You had Bubba Nettles come in and get about his 30 to 40 yards running. Now you got David Smith in 2 plays. He gains 30 yards. You got to love the balance. And I'll tell you what, that gives opposing teams headaches as you're watching film and trying to figure out who to key on. You can't key on guys when there's 7 of them.
Can't do it in this RBBC for the Renegades is proving really lethal right now. And
We'd like to congratulate
there are
Gabriela
teams
Pereira. She won the
all
Nobel
over the
Prize,
conference that are
$100
gonna look at the
to
score
Les Schwab
to figure
Tires.
out
Once again,
what
congratulations,
the
Gabby.
Renegades do to be able to get this type of production out of their running game. They're going to see 3 guys. 13s are big numbers. Now we got Malachi Statler in the ball game, and his first time in there, he checks in and he slings it over to number 85, DeMonte Moten.
Malachi Statler's pass complete to number 85, Devontae Moten.
Get your teammates an opportunity to get some wide
Stop number 16,
Now
Devin
he
Hooper.
has a full half of football to continue to state his case about his opportunities to play. 2nd and short. Trips open.
We do see some of the backups in there. We're going to talk about those here in just a second. 22, David Smith up the middle. He's going to have enough for the
22,
first down.
David Smith.
Running right behind that left side of the offense.
Stop number 99.
Center in the game.
Center
It's Tyler
second
Shelton
plea.
out of Liberty High, the freshman. So we have another injured Marauder down there. Another guy that we seen check in right next to that on the left side. He's got Hero Ortiz, East Bakersfield High.
That's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, partner. So now we got 4th quarter
Fans, when you
football.
buy tires on Les Schwab, you get America's Best Tire Warranty, a 60-day satisfaction guarantee, plus no hassle road hazard protection.
Quarter action. Bakersfield College Renegades football. Ron Chavez alongside Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin. As Malachi Statler steps up, he looks into the end zone. His pass is complete for the touchdown. Number 88, Devin Sungren. Boom!
Shout out to my little bro from Shafter. We were just talking about the Shafter Generals, and he might be one of the greatest generals of all time. Former Fresno State sprinter, fastest football player on the field. And he is lightning focused when it comes to getting the football. We talked about him getting his first touchdown last week. He runs that post route again. Touchdown, Sung.
Carlos Villa out for his 7th PAT attempt of the evening. Good
Good snap, good hold, good kick. And we've got a score of 49-7. Renegades scoring on the first play of scrimmage in the fourth quarter. And right there, this is something that Coach Dameron, Coach Dean were looking forward to on this offensive side of the game, was to be able to feature these running backs. We just seen in these last three drives, Hankins,
Bakersfield College,
Smith, sprinkling and Malachi Statler in there. He was able to connect with Devin Sung.
I mean, and it goes to the point that we made. That great running back, the offensive line plays opens up the offense. Now all of a sudden, you see like close across the face, touchdown. Shout out to his parents too. He got some amazing parents, educators as well. Lori and Darren Sungren. Shout out to the Sungren family, man.
It's big time.
Ooh, that's
Chef.
my favorite new player. I was like, last year, I've been waiting like 9 months since his announcement that he was coming home for him to show out. Now he got 2 consecutive touchdowns in consecutive games.
Jack Smith puts it in the end zone once again for another touchback. And yeah, that Shafter team has been producing some fantastic athletes of late. Again, hopefully Zeke Osborne is able to make it back this season for the playoffs. He's a talented junior quarterback, suffered a fractured collarbone earlier in the season.
Relax. With a 49-point or 42-point lead.
Yeah, well, 42.
With 14 minutes left in the quarter. Usually my pressure all up, man. I got hypertension over the last 4 years watching our Renegades, man. I'm able to relax, man. My pressure down.
Pass out to DeMario Jackson. He's forced out
Number
of bounds.
7, Mario
I had
Jackson.
to change my diet.
Forced out of bounds by number 22, Chase Furtado.
Fast, man. Gotta make sure my
Pick
heart
up a
is
5 on the play.
really close
Second
game.
down and 5 at the
These are
30-yard
games
line.
that put years back on your life, man. Being up 49-7 right now. And a pick to the house will just do me just fine right now.
Well, I tell you, and I was just about to say, number 32 is 23 backwards, and this guy has made the last 2 tackles on defense, Chase Furtado.
That's my homegirl Amy Boston Furtado's son. My classmate.
Oh, there you go. And again, Furtado out there with a tackle. 3 straight tackles for Furtado.
Rester's pass complete to number 4, Rico Becerra.
The first game, man. It's
On the
great
stop,
to
number
see
32, Chase
classmates.
Furtado.
And like I said, last week was our 30-year reunion. I didn't get to make it because, the broadcast ended a little late. And I was just enjoying getting home.
First down Marauders at their own 38-yard
Fantastic.
line.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like one of a kind opportunity to get home that early after a broadcast. Trips open set.
So Rester hands the ball off to Neal. Neal picks up about
Handoff
5
to number 10,
yards.
Ty Neal.
Call it 6.
On the tackle, number 40, Jackson Provençal.
Zone, for their visiting faithful who've come to watch them, you want them to continue to throw the football, but their offensive
Gain of
line
6
has
on the
already
play.
shown
Second
that
down
they
and
can't
4
protect Rester.
at the 44-yard
So you have
line.
to give him a break. They're back with that trips open set.
Jackson Provençal in that last tackle. Rester's pass is complete. And we were talking about rocket passes
Rester's pass
a little
complete to number
earlier.
4,
And that's
Rico
kind of what
Becerra.
Rester's been going to over the last couple of times
On the tackle,
in
number
the pass
20,
out. This time it was to
Wallace.
Rico Becerra,
I mean, Rico Becerra's a big kid.
6'4".
Yeah, I mean, that's where you want to
First
go.
down
You got a
Marauders
1-on-1
at the
matchup.
Renegade 49-yard
Again,
line.
as a DB, you're going to give that up. As Renegade Rob tries to throw his phone down
Off
to
the
about
dammer
50
deck.
feet off the dammer deck.
Run by Ty
On the carry, number
Neal.
10, Ty Neal.
Gets another big carry. He's only had maybe 1 or 2 carries that have gone longer than 8 yards, and that was one of them. And as you see, Furtado coming off the field as he lost his helmet.
Pickup of 10 yards on the play results in a first down at the Renegade 39-yard line.
We you see them as a football team, they don't look like a horrible football team.
No,
But at
talented.
the end of this contest, they're going to possibly be 0-4.
They might be one of the better 0-4 teams you're going to find around there.
You took the words right out of my mouth when you gave Rob. Trips up and set for the Marauders.
Because you got number 51, Benny West from BHS, checking in at right defensive end. And Rester had a man wide open.
Rester's pass intended for number 19, Jacob Lopez, falls incomplete.
A defender in number 15.
Back in coverage for the Renegades, number 19.
Number 19.
Or number 19 for the Renegades, Aiden Moreno, with his eyes in the backfield. You can see RPO read zone. You can see that they're going to put that red zone back there. He almost got hurt. He just got regained.
That was Ty Neal coming out of the backfield. Could have had that catch.
Yeah. Russell held that in that pocket for so long. Definitely a good fake. 21.
Number 21, Dakota Eatman Foster, the ball carrier. On the tackle, number 30, Noah Campo.
Consistently going to that RPO read zone play, hoping to catch a safety with his eyes in the wrong place.
Gain of 4 on the play.
No, I'm looking out there. Number 19, Jacob Lopez.
Third down and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Inside receiver on that right side over there. Looks like he's got shorts on.
Things these guys get away with.
No kidding. As Rester pulls it, he's going to look up. He's got DeMario Jackson open, and that was a touchdown if he was able to catch it. But it bounced off of his hands. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, it looks like, right? Is that 4th down or is that 3rd down?
Back on the coverage, number 20, Nathaniel Wallace.
Be a situation where
Actually, that was 3rd down.
So that was 3rd down and 6. So
4th down, Marauders.
Butterfinger, the Marauders, as they had an opportunity. But I'll tell you what, that's a great job by the corner getting back into the play to try to disrupt you. But again, you got your eyes in the wrong place if you're that disconnected space-wise from a receiver. You should never be that far away from the person that you're guarding.
Rester. Pressure. The ball's out. Oh, we got a man with a helmet off.
They got it. It's 4th down anyway, so that's going to be Renegades football, 1st and 10.
And how about number 91, Hugo Camacho?
Oh, we got a late penalty.
Went all over the place, and that might be against Josh Macon right there. Looks like Josh is going to be making his way to the bench for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I mean, dead ball fouls. We talked about how we don't like those, but how about the effort and energy by that defensive line? Again, we talked about why they're running the read zone. They can't protect. And that was a great example of that because there was 3 guys in the backfield.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Bakersfield, number 99.
Number 99, Josh Macon with unsportsmanlike conduct.
1st down.
So that was, the ball was actually recovered after it was popped out at the 47-yard line in Marauder territory. So it's now going to back it up to the 38 inside Renegades territory. But the Renegades will have the football with 11 minutes remaining in this ball game.
Golden Empire Youth Tackle Football and Cheer, competitive excellence at its finest. Open to boys and girls ages 6 to 14 years. For more information, please visit us at www.geyf.org or find us on Facebook at Golden Empire Youth Football and Cheer.
Somehow there's going to have to be some sort of endorsement at local McDonald's. Some of these McDonald's are not on it.
Well, I mean, we do got Just Wing It as a sponsor for the Renegades. We can go over to Just Wing It and get the 50-piece nuggets, and I got both my nephews.
Hey, we got the winner. We got the winner here. Look at him. There we go. There we go.
Yeah, you know, special to share this with the family as we go twins left and go RPO read zone inside. Great job by
Bubba Nettles. Nettles going to be taken down after about a 2-yard gain to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8.
On the stop, number 25,
I got my nephews in the booth with me right now. This
and number 27, Nathan Shimmick.
Rest in peace, Reese. We got Antoine. We got Dede. They just had an amazing time on the Les Schwab tire roll. Amazing race. Nephew came from behind. I got it recorded too. Y'all got to watch that later.
And again, I think we had some. I think definitely best dressed, but the forces were the ones that were the advantage down there on that turf, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Now we got Nettles Going to pick up another 3 yards up to the 43-yard line.
Number 31, Brother Nettles.
Checking into the
On the
game.
stop, number 25, Ollie Eric.
Looks like we got number 65, Trevor Jano at a Highland High. We'll be checking in on the offensive line. Got some other players checking in. Gabriel Diaz, wide receiver out of Frontier High. As we got Malachi Statler still in the ball game. Nettles gets the football. Nettles off tackle. Great run. He's inside Marauders territory. Picks up the first down for the Renegades. Big run right there for Nettles. And again, doing it behind the second wave of offensive linemen for the Renegades. The guy that we highlighted last week, your man, big Adrian Coleman, 6'4", 4 spins. Woo. That's a load.
Yeah, I mean, that's a load.
Now we got the pass out to number 83. He's in the books. Gabriel Diaz, the wide receiver at a Frontier High.
Statler's pass complete to number 83.
5'8", 155 right there.
I like the fact that Coach
On the tackle, number 27, Nathan Shimmick.
on the offense to stay open and giving Statler an opportunity to run realistic offense regardless of the lead with 49-7. 8:47 to play.
Gain of 4 on the play, second down and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Also good to see another tight end in there, Grijalva, number 41 out of Golden Valley. Ball's given to Nettles. Nettles with some great blocks.
Look at the
Fantastic blocks. Nettles is going to go for the corner of the end zone. He's going to try to dive through. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. But wow, was that left side of the line upfield super far.
Oh my goodness.
Led by number 63, our man out of East Bakersfield High, Yahir Ortiz, getting to that third level.
Yes, he was out. He was down 30 yards into the secondary. You also had the fullback tight end, number 39, Christian Morris. That's an amazing job. I mean, that gave me goosebumps to see how well that unit got to the third level, as you said, Renegade Rob.
Wow. And I've got a text. Coach Eddie Morrow from East High, who's been like a mentor, big father figure to Yahir Ortiz, to let him know that that was an amazing job right there for him.
I mean, I'm still blown away.
So that was a big time carry, 40+ yards for Nettles, who sets up a first and goal for the Renegades. And the ball's going to be given right up the middle, and another touchdown for the Renegades. Boom!
Talk about 57 points from the Renegade team, or 55 points from the Renegade team with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. I don't know if I've seen the team top to bottom, all facets of the game play this well. This is an amazing quality team effort tonight.
I mean, this is what we've been expecting from this incredibly talented Bakersfield College Renegade team. We got PAT attempt number 8 for Carlos Villa. It is up and it is good. Perfect 8 for 8 tonight for Carlos Villa.
It's the Renegades 56.
Yes, sir.
And so we're going to take a quick timeout with 8 minutes to play in the ball game. The Renegades up big, 56-7 over the Marauders here on third. News Talk AM
College athletics and golf programs.
Live streaming
We
on
invite you to visit
Renegades.com.
and discover.
Here,
Number 36, Jack Smith,
Memorial
kicking
Stadium.
off.
Rob Chavez, Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin, Gio, Julian, Jesse, my son RJ up here on the Dameron deck as we see the Renegades put up 56 points here at home. And again, local McDonald's
Meet me at Just Wing It. You said Just Wing It, man. Since Just Wing is one of our sponsors, man. Meet me at Just Wing It.
50-piece of wings.
50-piece wings. 50-piece. Meet me for the 50-piece.
Drum
Get
it.
one wing a piece.
Drumettes or flats?
I'm a drumette.
Ball played for 35
I like the
yard line.
drums. Shanti like the flats. We're usually arguing over the flats.
Must be a Wasco thing to like the flats.
I guess so. I guess so.
Shout
man.
out to all the Tigers out there. And again, a great, speaking of Wasco, I see, and again, I got to give a shout out to my man, Danny Uloa, Bakersfield firefighter. His daughter is up there playing varsity volleyball up at Shafter, and they had a big game against Wasco this week. Shafter ended up taking it 3-2.
And up to number 10, Ty Neal.
Inside of that gym up there at Shafter, there
On the tackle, number 43, James
watching
Moon.
volleyball.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say volleyball may be the second most popular
Gain of
sport
4 on the
in
play.
Bakersfield.
Second down and
For
6
ladies, yeah,
at the
for
39-yard line.
I believe it may be the premier sport for the ladies.
Yeah, you get basketball gets run around here. Soccer, obviously, for sure, but volleyball is huge here in Bakersfield. Forget Ty Neal going up the middle. Ty's finally starting to see some yardage here.
Yeah,
So
number
he was
10,
getting
Ty
shut
Neal.
down for the first 3 quarters.
On the stop, number 40, Jackson Provençal.
It's just a great team defensive effort right now. Because no matter what the Marauders do, the Renegade defense and Coach Thompson seem to
Gain of
have
7 on the play. First down, Marauders at 46-yard line.
It's just some great football that we're seeing, guys. And I want to go ahead and say, what's 65 plus 56 for my mathematicians out there? Because that's a lot of points over the last 2 weeks.
That would be 111.
Wow.
Sorry, excuse me, 121. Wow. Yeah, we got Jacob.
Number 10, Ty Neal on the
quarterback
carry.
for the
On the
Marauders.
stop,
They're
number
giving
43, James Moon.
Sharman Rester a little bit of a break. I want to call him
Gain of 5 on the play. Second down and
One thing
5
then
on
I-
the 49-yard line.
He's not soft.
That boy hard.
He is. Again, I kind of want to call him Sherman, but then I think it's Sherman Clum.
Well, I mean, you know he got teased with a name like Charmin his whole life. But I want my film guy from Antelope Valley to know Charmin is a baller. I'll take him any day on my team.
That's right. As we got. Oh man, big hit, and almost it is intercepted. David Stevenson.
Wow!
Johnny on the spot right there. Wow, and this might be, this is going to be a roughing penalty, but man, what a big hit right there. And this is one of those right there where Logan Goodspeed is going to get penalized for just going out there and playing good
Back
hard
at the
football.
45-yard
Yeah,
line.
I mean, because it was a bang situation. He had the football in his hand, but it may be also where he was hit.
Right,
You know, whether
right underneath the
Prior
face
interception,
chin.
personal foul, roughing the passes.
Yeah. Anytime you aim for that chin, right there, the quarterback, they're going to protect him.
Yeah, I mean,
Jacob Root really took one right in the chops, and Goodspeed outweighs him by about 120 pounds.
and he got hammered as well. I mean, I didn't know if it was a roughing from watching it, but as hard as he got hit, he needs some extra help and favor because he got smacked right there. It'll be first and 10 for the Marauders at the 35 of the Renegades. We want to continue to execute. This is practice opportunities right now with 5:53 to play. We're still worried about execution as the Renegades are in a robber look.
Root with pressure on the backside. His
And
pass
it's
is
picked
good.
off!
Picked off. So,
32. Ball
ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Number 32.
By the Renegades, number 32, Chase
32.
Furtado.
Your man,
Furtado.
Chase Furtado.
Chase Furtado with the huge pick.
And look at how popular he is on the sideline. It's always great when you get guys that are happier for the guy who made the interception than the guy who made the interception.
That's the beauty of blowing a team out because now you're second and third string guys. Right, they got college football players too. They get to come out and play in front of their mom and auntie while we highlight what they're doing on the field. So, wow, that's how we do it.
Apparently, this is how we do it.
And shout out to Montel Jordan. His son was a Renegade basketball player. If you didn't know, Elijah Williams.
Do remember that. Elijah Williams.
Yeah.
And
Got
he had,
connections.
we're going to have to find out where Elijah went because I know he did get a scholarship somewhere.
We got connections, man. We got Hall of Famers. We got NFL legends, gold jackets. 22. We got R&B superstars.
We got number 22, David
And
Smith.
up to number 22, David Smith, brought down by
We want to
number 9.
make sure I get some
Isaiah
shout-outs. We got some former
Gain of the yard on
Renegades,
the play.
former state champs who are celebrating birthdays this weekend. Yesterday, and also a happy retirement to Coach Dave Thorpe.
Wow, Coach.
Got a chance to see Coach Thorpe. He was
coach this week too.
He was out at East High yesterday. First time he had been out to an East High game in a couple of seasons. But he was a part of that coaching staff for the 2004 section champion East High Blades. It was already 20 years ago that they won.
On the carry, number 22, David Smith.
Senior year, all of Jesse's buddies came out. They were honored,
16, Tevin Cooper.
and it was pretty awesome. But Coach Thorpe celebrating a
Taking
birthday,
down the play,
and
first
again got
down
a chance to
Renegades
catch
on
up
the
with them.
21-yard line.
Celebrating his retirement as well. So congratulations.
Coach Thorpe this week. I ain't coaching going into the Hall of Fame. I can't go without the guy that bought my first pair of cleats, Nike Sharks. My coach, Compton
Oilers.
I showed up the first day of practice in some Nike Cortez. I was sliding all over the place. I got burnt 3 times. The next day, he gave me some football shoes. I was the best person on the field.
That's right.
That's 15.
And now we've got Michael Martin, number 3 quarterback, picks up about 5 yards to the 26-yard line. Good hard run right there from
On the quarterback keeper, number 15,
Yeah,
Michael Martin.
Coach Thorpe alongside
Tackled by
also
number 27, Nathan
a
Shimmick.
all-conference, all-state
Gain of 5 on the play,
defensive
second down
back,
and 5.
and also an all-conference catcher for BC in the same year, Randy Maples. Coach Maples celebrating a birthday tomorrow, I believe.
Shout out to Coach.
Both of them were on that coaching staff for the 2004 section champions
Shout out to
for
Coach
this time.
Maples, his daughter, his son-in-law, DeAndre Matthews.
Former Renegade, Leandre Matthews, and their daughter Nevaeh, now a water polo and point guard for Frontier High Schools. We've got,
On the carry, number 22, David
Penalty.
Smith. Tackled by number
Penalty
27,
flag.
Nathan Shimmick.
and of course, got a shout out. Got a shout out,
at the
Mom.
29 and 34 yard
Mom's got a
lines.
birthday coming up on Monday. She's in town this weekend. I was just talking about the fact that we visited Chalet Basque before, down in Triller territory on Oak Street.
Down the street from the
The
house.
result of the play, first down. After the play,
I did
dead
see that
ball,
on.
personal foul.
They had gotta get it on the top shelf though. That was on the middle
Also,
shelf.
dead ball, personal foul, offense, number 22.
Yeah, as we go back to the
First
game,
down,
we see dead ball,
offense.
personal fouls. We want to make sure we play clean as we end the contest and win with class. I talked about that last week. We're up 56-7. We do things with class around here. We win with class, we lose with class. We don't do a lot of losing around here, but when we do it with class. And right now, you want to clean things up. Twins left for the Renegades.
And that was just the 7th penalty of the night for the Renegades. We got another quarterback in the game, number 14, Jordan Gallegos out of Garces High. Jordan also went out of town and came back just
Quarterback
like
keeper, number
Devin Sutton.
14, Jordan Gallegos.
love to hear it because we get it, high school.
Brought down by number 25, Ollie Eric, and number 35, Eric Williams.
It's always
It's an expensive T-shirt.
It's an expensive T-shirt. It usually costs you about $15,000. So,
Time out on the field for injury.
but ultimately,
And a bumper sticker for mom and dad.
right, the reality sets in. You see that, hey, maybe it wasn't the right decision. Come on back and hit the reset button. It works. It's definitely something that's a pride thing with a lot of young players. But you love seeing it work for guys like Gallegos and Sungren. Right now, there's people at Fresno State that probably said, what, you going back to Bakersfield College? What are you thinking? I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 touchdowns in 4 games by midseason. That's what I'm thinking.
And have a chance to compete for some playoff action a little bit later on. And again, Renegades came in ranked number 13 in the state, just behind Diablo Valley. But we've got a couple of games in our conference against some teams that are ranked pretty high as well too. Canyon's coming in at number 11, Ventura at number 9. Both of those teams we handled last year.
I mean, and that's the beauty of where we are. As I lock in my nephew's number, they texting me and making sure that they thank us for allowing them to come up to the Dammer deck. I was very emotional when they
That's awesome.
left. I had to step back from the mic. to share that with you guys and have my nephews up here.
Privilege. It's a privilege, man. It really is. David Smith gets the ball. Oh my goodness! And he lowers the boom right there on the defensive back. And I tell you what, that was more of a statement right there. He ran right into number 12, Dwayne Wall.
First down, Renegades at the 45-yard line.
In front of the computer, but I'm thinking that we're upward of 300 yards rushing right now.
We'll go ahead and take a look at that here. Let's look at the magic screen here that's hooked up to this beautiful Wi-Fi internet provided to us.
This is a 2-minute timeout.
As we get a little bit of time here, as we get a 2-minute timeout here. You can see that on offense. The Renegades have put together 439 total yards of offense. 192 yards passing, 247 yards on the ground. Bubba Nettle, 112 carries for 108 yards. David Smith, 9 carries for 77 yards. Jalen Hankins, 12 carries, 58 yards. 4 touchdowns between this running back by committee. And to add on to that, the passing game from Vincent Igoa, 11-14, 149 yards, 2 touchdowns. That improves on his completion percentage. He's coming in today at 58%. But if you look at it now, he's 11-14. That's about 70%.
That yard to carry sound like about 8 yards a pop.
For Jadaniel's Bubba Nettle, 12 carries, 108 yards, just under, or it's actually exactly 9 yards on the carry. Wow.
We talk about ball.
8.6 for David Smith, 4.8 for Jalen Hankins. That's nothing to sneeze at either. Wow. Got the ball faked. Michael Martin back in the game. Passes off, and it is complete.
Whoa.
Big hit right
Knocked
there.
his helmet off.
Number 35,
Wow.
Joseph Reed out of West High. Stand up Vikings.
Number 12, Dwayne Hall.
Boy, it was some helmets flying around down there.
And Dwayne Wall has been nailed twice today, and he finally checked out of the game. So we got a minute and 45 seconds remaining. Can this
First and 10 Renegades
put up
at around the 39-yard line.
I believe so.
as Martin is in the game? Smith to his left.
That's nice blocking out there, guys.
Good keep by Martin. Wow. Martin bulls his way over and passes
Michael Martin on the quarterback
first down marker, and he's at the 27-yard line. Clock stopped momentarily. Now we are down to 1:15 remaining in the game. Ball's at the 27-yard line. These coaches are out there wanting these number 2s and 3s to get in the end zone.
First and 10 Renegades at the 27-yard line.
Martin's still out there.
Watching this.
No, actually now we have.
Okay, I like it.
Now we've got number 14 Jordan Gallegos in victory formation right there, and a little bit of humility right there, class.
That's that class that we talked about. Because here I am wanting that 65 again, and we got a coach in Little John like, hey, we already got
proved our point.
We get 50 pieces of wings is good enough, kid. We'll go ahead and take victory formation and win with class.
So
I like it.
With that last kneel down, it's going to run time off the clock, and just a fantastic showing right here tonight from these Bakersfield College Renegades, as they're going to take a 56-7 win with the Antelope Valley Marauders and set up a big matchup next week down in Torrance against El Camino, the alma mater of our own Todd Hansen.
Beautiful display of football, top to bottom. We always do our Red Shield players of the game for offense, defense, and special teams. Offensively, the way Igoa came out was just fantastic. I mean, seeing what he did in the first half, making those long throws to Smith, Pointer, and a few other guys. Offensively, I believe he definitely deserves the credit for our Red Shield player of the game. And I'm giving you your opportunity to give your three. Defensively, I got to go with the front the defensive line just dominated the football game and didn't allow them to get anything done early, and it just destroyed the momentum of Ventura. And I'm going to say, for our special teams player of the game, come on, man, 7 or 8 straight.
Makai Smith.
Well, I mean, Carlos Villa and Makai Smith, they got to get co-special team players of the game, because the return game, I mean, Makai Smith is up at 200 yards total offense, and Villa didn't miss a kick. Wow.
So I've got to give some credit to that front four. They were fantastic today. Did a fantastic job of getting after the quarterback. Aaron Martinez, hurried the quarterback tonight. Chase Gratt, Nathaniel Wallace as well too. But overall, it might be one of those rarities this season. I'm going to give a hustle award to that defense. Chase Furtado came in for one quarter, had 3 tackles and an interception, and was the most popular guy on the sideline.
Man, talk about bang for your buck. Microwave man is getting it done quick.
Number 32, Chase Furtado out of Bakersfield College, 6'1", 180. So we're going to come back here for a quick recap of today's game and take a quick time out here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGames.com. Welcome back, Renegade football fans. Rob Chavez, Hall of Famer Kenny Calvin here, wrapping up a big-time win for the Renegades, 56-7 over the Antelope Valley Marauders. What are your initial takeaways?
I mean, all phases of football played excellent. How about our kicker going 8 for 8 on PATs? Why is this a huge topic of conversation? Because in my career, I don't know if it's happened before. Watching us actually get 8 field goal PATs after touchdowns. We've struggled in the kicking game over the past 5 years. To see that, it definitely gives me confidence in what we can do later down the line. But we also had 3 phases of football: offense, defense, special teams. I go getting a shot to play the first half of football without the distraction of being brought in and swapping time with Malachi Stadler, improved his confidence. He hit maybe 7 different receivers in the first half for big plays. Offensive line play and running back play was phenomenal. We talked about 8-yard averages by multiple guys and close to 300 yards rushing total offense. That was just amazing. Special teams play, we gave dual special teams wins awards for Makai Smith and Villa. That's just amazing. And the defense, I mean, the front 4 was just phenomenal. I mean, how can you highlight any individual player in a contest like this, Renegade Rob?
Yeah, exactly. And, the defense in itself, when we were going into the fourth quarter, I took a look at the stats. The Marauders had 113 total yards going into the fourth quarter. They finished with 212. 99 yards essentially against our 2s and 3s that were out there that were really killing it too. But at the same time, a lot of those garbage minutes and those garbage yards that they've got, but to get a total of 465 yards on offense. Wow. Over 250 yards on the ground for the Renegades. It was just all phases of the game, like you were saying, was fantastic here.
I mean, just to see that, I'm always excited about turnovers and defensive back play. But to watch all phases of football be successful, it just boosts the confidence of all your guys. And then when you get your second and third team guys in, they're continuing to keep the pedal to the metal. And now you look up, it goes from a 28-7 halftime lead to get this, 56-7 shutout in the second half over the past 2 weeks, 121 points to 7.
Really, they scored that with just about 5.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. So essentially the final 50 minutes of the game were a complete shutout. So
That's scary good.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Littlejohn, Coach Thompson on the defensive side of the ball. They were just fantastic. And as we're looking at some scores from around the conference, we see that Ventura really is putting it on. Hancock, 42-33,
Wow.
with 2:23 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ventura, again, coming in to this week at number 9 overall in the state. Number 11 in the state is El Camino. They're going to have, they've got another quarter to play, but they're up 52-33 over Moore Park, down in Moore Park. So that is going to be most likely a win for El Camino, setting up a big matchup next week down in Torrance.
Huge matchup, and I'll tell you, playing down in El Camino, we usually have a tough time with the environment and culture. We've had issues where games weren't finished, sloppy play and fights, questionable intimidation by teams towards officials, so like to have a game like that when we're both playing well is definitely going to amp up that negative energy that exists in this old Metro Conference battle that used to be a rivalry. I never got to play against them, but over the past years as a broadcaster, they are not one of my favorite teams to call games against because it always ends up extracurricular. And we have to watch our mouths on the air, make sure we're saying things the right way, as we see a lot of bad stuff on the field.
Well, we'll be in the studio next week for that, and good to be able to get some bumper music from Steve Nicholas.
Yeah, and I won't be late with the headphones. Last week I had to burn around the corner, burn rubber in 3 minutes. I had the headphones back so we could be on time.
Well, I don't know. Julian over here is hoping that he'll have his headphones back when we get back here in 3 weeks. That's when we return to Memorial Stadium for our homecoming game that we'll have here. But before that, like I said, El Camino next week. That's the first game that we're going to, again, probably they're going to be the biggest game of the season so far. And that will really set the tone for who's in the driver's seat in the conference.
Yeah, I mean, because we talked about how good Golden West is, and that game turned out to be a closely knit contest.
And we had a perfect PAT game that
Right.
game, win the ball game.
Right, we win the ball game because we left 3 points on the board that night. But now we're a different football team, and I guarantee you the teams that are watching us on film are like, hey, no matter what we did tonight, we got to prepare for this Bakersfield team because they have about 9 different guys that can take over a game. I literally saw 9 different people offensively that could have been the guy tonight, including the offensive line. I could have picked one of the offensive linemen to be player of the game tonight, as well as Tolbert, how he's blocking on the H-back position and catching balls on the back out the backfield. This is some of the best football I've seen in a long time. And I like it.
So, again, we want to remind everybody next week we are going to be here in the studio in Bakersfield, covering the game, 6 o'clock kickoff. We're going to be on the air at 5:40 from the American General Media Studios in downtown Bakersfield as our team loads the buses, go to Hodell's, then we heads down to Torrance to be able to take over that nice stadium down over there and give Todd Hansen's alma mater a loss. Then get into their bye week after that, and then back here for homecoming on October the 19th. And that's going to be, again, here at Memorial Stadium. Want everybody to be able to come back against Allen Hancock. We had a pretty decent crowd today. I know we were fighting not only the Kern County Fair, the Great Kern County Fair, which is second to the last day, but also there's a big concert downtown, big country concert, John Party at Mechanics Bank. So I understand if some of you guys weren't able to make it, but everybody, make it out to homecoming, October 19th, right here at Memorial Stadium against Hancock. Tune in next week against El Camino. And before we even get back here to Memorial Stadium, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, I mean, are you for real? Like, it's getting real. We've been talking about tickets. You know, my son in Texas with Border Patrol, he's waiting on a surgery date. He doesn't know if he's going to be able to take the surgery before the ceremony or after. My son Kamani, who retired from the military as a military policeman, just bought 5 tickets for family last night. I mean, when your kids are spending $1,000 on the table for you, like that starts to really become a tearjerker for you as you like, wow, my kids are buying tickets for everybody to go to the Hall of Fame. I'm just, again, I reflect on my coaches, Coach Bowser, Coach Grider, Coach Chudy, Coach Ross, Coach Thorpe, Coach Alvarez, Coach Dameron, Coach Douglas, all of the men in my life, Coach Van Horn, Coach Preston, all of the guys that helped me be the player that I am. This is a celebration for all those guys and all my teammates, man. We can talk about those guys for hours and hours, man. I can't wait to really highlight their influence on me to put me in a position to even be thought of in this life. It's crazy.
And if you want to be a part of that conversation, just come on down to Luigi's. Get your tickets online at GoGaves.com to be able to join us on October 16th at Luigi's for our Hall of Fame. Well, that's going to wrap it up, partner. We're going to get home. We're going to get out of here and be back on the air, like I said, a week from today. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast tonight. Again, apologies if there's any issues with the audio. Send all the comments and questions to Todd Hansen at Bakersfield College.
His number is. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna give Todd.
But either way, it's always been a pleasure to be up here on the Dameron deck for Julian, for Gio, for our man Jesse, for the Hall of Famer right over here, Rob Chavez. Thanks once again here on Current News Talk AM 1180, 96.1 FM, live streaming on GoGaves.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors: Valley Strong Credit Union, Carpet Outlet Plus, Hocking, Denton, and Palmquist, Luigi's. Who else do we got here?
Man, Les Schwab Tires.
Les Schwab Tires, who sponsored tonight's
Carpet Outlet Plus.
Pepsi, Sully's, Executive Express Service. We'd like to thank everybody. God bless. Good night. See you next week.
Rest in peace, Mom.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit GoGates.com.